Last week, after an epic battle, 12 became 11.
I'm going to save Ben.
Chris's exit sent shockwaves through the group.
I was prepared to rip people's heads off.
People are going to stab you in the back.
I'm just going to focus on myself.
I'm going to show them I'm going to win this competition. I'm going to be the best.
Lewis only likes himself.
I've already had a squabble with somebody. I'm going to make them realise that I'm not just a nobody. I'm going to fight to bring it on.
Tonight, one more must leave. Who will live to fight on? As ultimately there can be only one Joseph. And that decision is down to you.
I close my eyes.
Next.
The live battle for Joseph's amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat rages on. The fans are in the house. They're here. The band is fired up. The panel is poised. And the Lord is standing by. 11 hopefuls left, but only one dream role for the taking. Please welcome our Josephs.
Joseph was a special one, so Jacob bought his son a coat, a multicolored coat to wear. And when Joseph riding on, he knew his sheepskin days were gone. Such a dazzling coat of many colors, how he loved his coat of many colors. I look handsome, I look smart, I am a walking work of art. Such a dazzling coat of many colors.
Josephs, and if you at home were thinking of redecorating your lounge, we'll give now some ideas there. Educational and entertaining. Ochre. But which one of them is Joseph? That's the question you have to answer tonight as our West End wannabes battle it out once more for your votes. And if last year was anything to go by, it's a battle any one of them can win. You and your votes will ultimately determine who stars in Andrew Lloyd Webber's production of Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. He's taking an enormous risk. Choose the right Joseph and a star is born. But choose the wrong leading man, and it could all end in tears. Later tonight in our results show, two Josephs will face the dreaded sing-off, and Andrew will only be able to save one of them. Here to help you decide who's the right Joseph is the panel of experts. Please welcome Torchwood star John Barrowman, West End and Broadway leading lady Denise Van Houten, theatre producer and chairman of Everton Football Club Bill Kenwright, tough-talking vocal coach Zoe Tyler, and the phantom legend himself, Andrew Lloyd Webber. Ooh. Hold me, I'm frightened. Joseph, the character, he takes a massive journey in the musical. Sold to slavery by his jealous brothers. It's not nice, it's not good. Jacob's favourite son eventually becomes one of the most powerful men in Egypt. That's right, isn't it, Andrew? That's
Yes,
the story.
you're pretty close.
I'm following
yeah.
it. Yes, okay. Now, he is quite a character, meaning the Joseph you choose must be able to act his socks off. Now, Andrew, this week the challenge is acting. That's what it's all about. What are we looking out for in the Joseph's performances this evening?
Well, hopefully acting, because, I mean, we really have to see now that the kids can come forward a whole big notch this week. It's the end game in the end is not just singing, it's delivering a performance on a West End stage where we really believe in the character. So I'm going to be looking tonight at the work that I've done this last week with all of the boys and seeing whether they've remembered it and whether they've built on it and how we're going to go from here.
All right, well, that's what the Lord needs. Let's see if our Josephs have got it. First up, it's Daniel Boyes and Craig Chalmers.
Great to see you.
Nice to see you
How's the
again.
week been?
Not bad, up and down a bit for me.
I'm fine, baby, how are you? Well, I would send them.
Just thought he was going to sing the song straight through and it was going to be bland and he wouldn't have a clue about what he was singing about. And he knew exactly what he was singing about.
My song this week's about wanting to go home, and although I don't want to go home, I do kind of miss home.
It's hard not to see my family and my girlfriend. I love you and I know I don't get to see you.
I love you too.
Hopefully it'll all be worth it.
It will be worth it. It will.
Let me go home.
I've never really acted before in my life, but I feel like I can really relate to this song, so hopefully I can give a really convincing performance on Saturday.
I was very pleased with my performance, but then I had a negative comment from Andrew.
I wasn't feeling that you were really drawing me into the story. Try to connect with the material.
I think maybe Andrew didn't quite understand my acting side of the song.
And they're not seeing eye to eye on this week's performance either.
Tell me, from what point of view were you singing that? Rage or joy?
I'm pleased, actually, since you've been gone, my life is so much better.
You could do the one that, actually, I'm furious.
Well, I took it from a different angle.
Since you've been gone.
I wasn't convinced. If he wants to do it like that, if he wants to make it that he's absolutely overjoyed, I want to know he's overjoyed.
I've listened to Andrew's advice. He's got his ideas and I've got mine. I'm going to have a think about it, but we'll have to see what happens on the night.
Okay, brave boy. Now, digital viewers stand by, because you can, of course, sing along with all our Josephs, whether in joy or rage. And how do they do that, Andrew?
Is that ochre?
Nearly. It's just off ochre.
But it was red last week.
It's a red button. That's what
I
you
very
do.
nearly pressed your red suit last week.
Did you?
Yes.
Did you?
What would have happened?
I don't know. I have no idea.
What lyrics would we have got?
Yeah, thanks for explaining that. Listen, you need to press the red button if you're a digital viewer. Lyrics come up. All right. Listen, let's unleash the Josephs. You're not helping. Will he take the boss's advice? It's Daniel. The frustrated actor from London will be performing the breakup song Since You've Been Gone. Following him is 25-year-old club entertainer Craig. He's performing Home, which we know is missing, as it's 400 miles away in Edinburgh. Could Daniel or Craig be Joseph? Here's Daniel!
We started out friends. It was cool, but it was all pretend. Yeah, yeah. Since you've been gone, and all you'd ever hear me say is how I picture me with you. That's all you'd ever hear me say. But since you've been gone, I can't breathe for the first time. I'm still moving on, yeah, yeah. Thanks to you, now I get what I want. Since you've been gone, shut your mouth, you just can't hear it. I can't take it anymore. Shut your mouth, I just can't take it. Again and again and again and again. Since you've been gone, I can't breathe for the first time. So moving on, yeah, yeah. Thanks to you, now I get what I want. Since you've been gone, I can't breathe for the first time. So moving on, yeah, yeah. Thanks to you, now I get, 'cause you know that I get what I want. Since you've been gone.
Another sunny day has come and gone away in Paris and Rome, but I wanna go home. Maybe surrounded by a million people, I still feel all alone. I just wanna go home. Oh, I miss you, you know. Well, I've been keeping all the letters that I wrote to you, each one a lie or two. I'm fine, baby, how are you? Well, I've been sending them, but I know that it's just not enough. My words were cold and flat, and you deserve more than that. Another aeroplane, another sunny place. I'm lucky, I know, but I wanna go home. I've got to go home. And I'm surrounded by a million people. I still feel alone. Oh, let me go home. Oh, I miss you, you know. Let me go home. It'll all be alright. I'll be home tonight. I'm coming back home.
Okay, well done. Thanks for that. Now, Daniel, you were being given advice by Andrew. You were performing there. Were you checking out his face? Were you seeing joy or rage?
I'm not sure what I'm seeing quite. I think he's smiling now, so...
Well, we'll find out in a
Yeah.
minute what he thought. And Craig, you've performed an awful lot in public, you know, in clubs and things like that, but you've never acted before. So how did you respond to this challenge?
Yeah, it's really tough, you know, just sort of throwing yourself into that thing, but, you know, I'm really enjoying it, and I feel like I'm improving, so hopefully I can keep going.
Oh, so you don't actually want to go home?
No, I don't want to go home. I just want to say that for the record.
Yeah.
I don't want to go home yet.
All right. Listen, let's see if the panel enjoyed it. Now, Bill, there you are. You've produced lots of West End hits, but you've also acted and you've directed people. How do you rate these guys as actors?
Boys, I think you should both forget this word acting tonight. Acting is being. Daniel, I love your simplicity. I think you are so spot on. Every week you come out and you give it to me. You mean it, and I just think you're fantastic. I mean, great voice. Thank you. Craig, one of my very favourite songs. You came out, I thought he's going to wimp it up a little bit. You didn't. The smile came. I believed in it. You finished beautifully. Fantastic start from the both of you. Well done.
Whoa. Okay. Bill liked it. Denise, do you agree? You're a leading lady. Could either of them play Joseph?
OK, I'm going to start first with Craig. I disagree with Bill a little bit there. Craig, I do think you're lovely with a great voice, but for me, you just sit on the edge, and I just want to see you do more. I know that you're new to the acting game, but at this stage in the competition, you have to pull it out of the bag on this live show. Otherwise, you're going to be gone.
I felt I tried like my best on the night. Maybe I've got more to give, but for tonight, I really did try my best, you know.
I know you did, but I know your girlfriend, you've missed her this week. That's what I wanted to see in the song.
I did feel the emotion. Maybe I just haven't pulled the right faces yet.
Yeah.
And Daniel?
You don't need to pull faces. You just, I mean, I know that you feel the words, but you just need to express it more.
Yeah.
Don't be shy, don't hold back.
Let's move on to Daniel.
OK, Daniel, wow, fantastic performance. I like it because with you, you're very relaxed, a very confident performer, and that was absolutely brilliant tonight. The more I see you, Daniel, the more I see Joseph.
All right, John, are they acting naturals?
Daniel, I think you are an acting natural. Wicked song, you did a fantastic job, you acted it well. The problem I have at the moment, you keep looking down. Get your eyes up, show the audience. Let's see what's behind those eyes, but a brilliant job. Craig, I get the feeling that when you're singing, you're apologizing. I'm not seeing a spark behind your eyes. I need to see that spark because OK won't cut it. We need you to be fantastic.
OK, Zoe, you've worked with them all week. Do you agree with these comments?
I agree, Daniel, that's a really, really hard song. It's very high, especially when you're pacing around the stage, keeping your vocals still and your breathing. That shows me you've got fantastic control. I think you did a great job. Craig, I have to completely disagree with these two over here. I think, you know, we've been working on, it was a great performance. We've been working on opening, you know, let me go home. You did everything right. I think you performed it, and anyone needs to go home as these two.
All right. Andrew, we'll talk about Craig dividing the panel in a second. But first of all, what about Daniel? What did you think of the choices he made?
Well, you chose joy. The whole thing being, are you happy about the fact that this girl has left you, or are you angry? And you chose joy. Well, I hope you did, because otherwise I've misread it completely from top to bottom. But it was a very, very good performance. You picked up completely on what we talked about. It had to be a choice, didn't it? It could have gone the other way. It could have been anger, but you chose the joy.
Yes.
Now, I'm sort of divided here because, you know, the song is about, isn't it? Everything is fantastic. I'm in Paris, I'm in Rome. It's fantastic, but I just want to go home. Yeah. I would have preferred more of a contrast still. We talked about that as well. Yeah. But I did think you came through hugely better than it was when we were rehearsing it.
Oh, well, that's OK. Well, remember, the two Josephs who received the least number of votes will be performing in the dreaded sing-off later in our results show at 9:50. So if you want to see your favourite here next week, call 09011 2120, then add 01 for Daniel, or 02 if you think Craig should wear the dream coat. Don't vote just yet. Lines open at the end of the show. Well, the race to stardom is well and truly on, so let's meet our next two Josephs, Keith, Jack, and Seamus Cullen.
You're my little singing sizzler.
I blew Zoe a kiss on Saturday, and that's just me, the cheeky chappy. She loved it, and I hope she still knows it. It's been fantastic living with the guys in the house. Some of them are a wee bit messy.
But now I know how my mum feels.
It's fun.
It's always you. What? Just get going. Just get going.
For me to come from a supermarket and get flung into all this, of course I'm going to be smiling all the time. Who wouldn't?
Hi, Keith.
Hello. Never in my lifetime did I ever think I'd be on the stage singing to Andrew Lloyd Webber. It's such a fantastic feeling, and it's something I don't want to let go just yet.
Did you ever stop smiling?
Seamus, the one thing I won't say, you need to be more of a team player, because you separate yourself as a leading man, you need to lead the company and be part of the company.
I didn't expect that, I think. You know, talking about being part of a team, I don't know what it means. Don't know, draws a blank. I'm just going to focus on myself. There are 11 of us left, but there is only one place for Joseph.
Somebody need me too much.
We saw some awesome performances last week. Ben and Rob performed out of their skin, higher than I'd ever seen Dover and Hansel. To stand out, I'm going to have to be really extraordinary. But I've got a really good song, so I'm going to go through the roof with it.
Okay, well, up next is 19-year-old Scottish supermarket worker Keith. He's singing the bittersweet ballad, Who Am I? Then, out to be famous, it's Seamus. He'll be performing Being Alive from the classic music company. A song about wanting to be loved, but will you love him? Could Keith or Seamus be your Joseph? I don't know. Here's Keith.
Sometimes you know you push me so hard, I don't know how I feel. You almost made me doubt I feel at all. It's not as though I always listen, but there's just so much I don't hear. Maybe I'll never be what you want. I know that all you're asking for is a little place in my heart, but I don't find it easy to give. Maybe I get a little selfish sometimes. Why shouldn't I? Say I love you, but it wouldn't make a difference this time. And who am I to tell you that I would never let you down, that no one else could love you half as much as I do now? And who am I to tell you I'll always catch you when I fall? Well, I wouldn't be myself at all. Be myself at all. I wouldn't be myself at all. Somebody hold me too close. Somebody hurt me too deep. Somebody sit in my chair and ruin my sleep and make me aware of being alive, being alive. Somebody need me too much. Somebody know me too well. Somebody pull me up short and put me through hell. Give me support, being alive. Make me alive, make me alive, make me confused, mock me with praise, let me be used, bury my days, but the Lord is alone. Somebody crowd me with love. Somebody force me to care. Somebody make me come through. I'll always be there, frightened at you, to help us survive. Be
Keith, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Now, Keith, first of all, there's 11 people in this big house. How come you've ended up being Mrs. Mop?
I don't know really. I don't do it in the house much, but it's fun.
Mrs. Mop, who's that? He does a lot of cleaning, apparently.
He does do a lot of cleaning, actually. He does do a lot.
Now, listen, Seamus, before I go to the panel, I just have to check with you. The thing you said in the film there, we all understand it's a competition.
Not clever editing,
well, no, but do you mean that you don't get teamwork? You don't understand it?
No, I mean, that was very finely done. It's, you know, I do contribute. I like to think that I contribute. I did take the comments that were made last well, and I did take them very much to heart. And, you know, I do, you know, having gone into kind of teaching for me is all about contributing to other people and bringing the best out of them. And in that capacity, you know, I've always wanted to not only just help other people, but better myself as well.
All right,
so
well,
I hope that I keep,
let's check in with the panel. John, convincing Josephs here?
Surprisingly, yes, both of them tonight. And I think that, you know, Keith, it was an A+ acting job, but the one thing that stood in your way, hold on, you're not going to like this, your diction is terrible. You have very bad diction. And some people were saying earlier it's because he's Scottish. No, it's not because you're Scottish. It's about clarity of your words. Acting level, great. Diction, terrible.
I'm working on it just now, so hopefully...
I know you're working on it, but you didn't work on it enough because Zoe said you worked on it all week and you didn't improve. You need to improve next week, okay?
I feel that I have, and I think that... Hopefully the viewers think that I have.
All right. The viewers will at home. They'll let you know. Seamus, I've played the role of Bobby. I thought you did a really nice job with that tonight, but I'd love to have seen you stretch it out a little more and make more of the words. That was where the acting thing came from me. Just to comment on the part that you're saying about, you know, being the loner and stuff like that. I've led the company, led many companies, and you need to be a team player. When you become part of a company, you don't start helping people by telling them what to do. You enjoy the ambiance around you. Enjoy it more, kiddo.
All right, I'm going to go to Bill now. Earlier on, we were talking about what a complex character Joseph is. He does have this big journey to undergo. Do these guys have the depth, do you think, in their acting to do it?
I'll tell you what, Keith, no matter what your diction's like, I find your talent frightening at times. Ever since I first saw you, you bend a note as good or better than any human being I've ever heard, and for a young lad, you are sensational. This show is about 12 brothers. The oldest is Reuben, the youngest is Benjamin. I've gone all along, he's Benjamin. I'm going, he could be Joseph. He could be.
What about Seamus?
Seamus, I've always championed you. I'll keep on championing you. You had one of the best songs ever written for a 35-year-old. I pray to you, understand about sharing, because it'll come across. It'll come across to the audience. It'll come across to the people out at home. You are a fantastic talent. You're 35 years old. This is your chance. Embrace it. Embrace the other boys. Embrace your talent, and you'll get there.
All right, Zoe, what did you think of the criticism of Keith's diction?
I have to agree with John. Keith, you know, we have been working on this. You did the two things vocally that I hate tonight, which was you sang in your nose and you didn't spit the words out. We have been working on that. Last week I called you my little singing sizzler. There wasn't much sizzling going on tonight for me, I'm afraid. Seamus, I like your voice, but you have to get over those nerves. I can feel your nerves from where I'm sitting. I know what you can do in class, and you worry me.
It's an emotional song.
You worry me with your nerves. I'm sorry?
It's an emotional song, and there's more than just nerves, and you know, that's part of the performance as well. This song is intense. John, I think, actually recorded it. So
okay, let's see what Andrew thought. Very contrasted Josephs. What did you think?
Very contrasted. Let's just talk about Somebody Knew Me Tonight. You know, that's an extraordinary lyric, isn't it? And I just felt you could give it a little bit more joy and have brought us along a little bit more into that journey, because it's an extraordinary thing. I mean, it's not shut up your face, is it? It's a fantastic, extraordinary lyric about being alive and wanting love from every single angle with all of its imperfections. I think you could have just invested a bit more in it, but it was still a very, very good performance. Well, now, I thought tonight, you know, considering how young you are and everything, that you really did bring that through brilliantly. You could have... Again, I was struggling a little bit with addiction, but I think that's not going to be a problem as the programme goes on, so just work on it.
All right, thanks a lot, Andrew. Remember, another Joseph must go home later. Every vote counts. Call 09011 2120, then add 03 if you think Keith should be Joseph, or 04 if Seamus is the man for you. Please don't vote yet. Lines will open after all our Josephs have performed. Ooh, and if you want to keep up with all the gossip that's going on, then log on to our website, bbc.co.uk/Joseph. Next up, it's Ben Ellis. Now, he has a massive task in his hands. After scraping through to our final 12, last week he crashed into the bottom 2. The Lord showed mercy and saved him from elimination. He's been down, but he's definitely not out. Here's Ben.
I just had a feeling that I was going to be in the bottom 2, and then lo and behold, there I was.
I knew, you know, he was upset, and you just want to be there for them, don't you, as a mum?
I'm going to save Ben.
I'm on here by like the skin of my teeth and it didn't feel good. I don't want to be there again.
Ben may have been saved by the Lord, but he suffered a knockback from his fellow Josephs.
If there's one guy who I don't think is Joseph, it might be Ben. I think Ben, possibly Ben.
When I kind of found out that they had said that I couldn't be Joseph, it really did hurt. People are going to stab you in the back. But I still feel like being the underdog's not the worst thing to be. There's only one way that the underdog can go, and that's up. There's only one way they can go, which is down. It's a new week, so I'm just going to be ready for it, and I'm going to be fighting.
Desperate to get your vote and silence the critics, it's Ben! The comeback kid from Scarborough will be singing one of the most dramatic car ballads of all time. Performing all by myself, all on his own out there, it's Ben!
When I was young, I never needed anyone, and making love was just for fun. Those days are gone. Living alone, I think of all the friends I've known, but when I dial the telephone, nobody's home. All by myself, don't want to be all by myself anymore. Hard to be sure, sometimes I feel so insecure, and love so distant and obscure remains the cure. All by myself, don't wanna be all by myself anymore. All by myself, don't wanna be all by myself anymore,
Ladies and gentlemen, get over here. The poor thing. Now, you haven't had a moment to relax or enjoy this competition. You scraped into the top 12 in the bottom 2 last week. How did you cope with that preparing for tonight?
Well, you know, Graham, all I can say is I'm here and I'm on my knees. I'm completely giving all I've got, and I hope everyone saw that tonight.
All right. Denise, is Ben going to be in the bottom 2 again tonight?
I really hope not, Ben, for your sake. I don't think it was a great vocal from you tonight. I think that song was very challenging for you. However, I was trying to focus on the acting to see if you could pull that off. And the story of Joseph is that he's very lonely because he's been shunned by his brothers. And yes, I did feel your loneliness tonight, so it was well acted. It was not a great vocal.
Okay, John, you were the one who fought for Ben to be here. Do you still think he stands a chance of being Joseph?
I do, and I'm glad I fought for you. I agree with Denise, and there's something that I really, really like about you, and I cannot put my finger on it, but you do not deserve to be in the bottom 2 tonight. Well done.
Okay, and Zoe, you've been coaching Ben all week. What do you think of that performance?
I really, really wanted you, Ben, to come out here and do a great performance, but you're just not controlling your voice. You're still flat. Your tuning is not up to scratch, and I know you're nervous, hon, and I too don't want you to go out yet because there's so much more for you to give. If you're still in, when I see you next week, me and you have to do so much work on your controlling your pitch. It's not good enough.
Andrew, you saved him. After that performance, are you glad?
I find this very difficult to say. I really didn't think you were handling that song well tonight. It was very hard for you, I know, but it reminded me of Rachmaninoff on the Rack, really. It was not a great, great performance. Now, I don't know. I mean, Zoe may know more than I do, but I think you've got a long, long way to go if you're going to stay in this competition. Sorry.
Okay, not great comments, but if you disagree with the panel, if Ben is your favourite Joseph and you want to see him here next week and keep him out of that dreaded sing-off, take control. Call 09011 212005. Yes, jot down that number, keep it safe until the lines open at the end of the show. Tonight's all about acting, and our next potential Josephs are convinced they're the real thing. It's John Deep Moore and Chris Barton.
To have my family see me performing for the first time was so emotional.
Don't cry. I'm very, very proud of my son. I'm very, very happy.
I think for the first time tonight I could see in their eyes that they know that this is what I want to do for the rest of my life.
Okay, already your eyes are just doing that. Like, you're not believing.
This week I'm singing a song from West Side Story.
You got to smile.
And I didn't even know the song because I wasn't brought up watching musicals, so it's going to be a real challenge for me.
Stop. Go stand in the mirror and do it all again. I'm bored. Excuse me while I drop off.
I hope I can pull it off, I really do. Because if I can, it's going to really show a different side to me, I think.
When you haven't got...
I was gutted when Andrew criticised me on Saturday.
When you get to those top notes, try and open your eyes, because you've got great eyes and you do that, you know?
My performance was good, but it could have been amazing. I want to be amazing and I want to impress him.
I'll be there to comfort you.
I don't hear the word comfort. I don't hear it. It's sort of comfort. Right, let's do it from the top, OK?
I just hope I've impressed him. That's my only worry, that he'll go away thinking, no, he's not my Joseph, or... Because if I'm in the sing-off this week and he wasn't impressed with that, I could go.
Yep, that's what happens. Out to win that dream role is 23-year-old John Deek. The mild-mannered office administrator is performing Something's Coming from the legendary Broadway musical West Side Story. Following him is Chris, the 19-year-old student from Ormskirk, who will be singing the reassuring I'll Be There. With John Deek or Chris or Joseph, here's John Deek.
Could be. Who knows? There's something to any day. I will know right away, soon as it shows. I got a feeling there's a miracle due, gonna come true, coming to me. Will it be? Yes, it will. Something's coming, something good, if I can wait. Something's coming, don't know when, but it soon catch the moon, one-handed catch. Around the corner, or whistling down the river. Come on, deliver to me. Will it be? Yes, it will. Maybe just by holding still, it'll be there. Come on, something, come on in. Don't be shy, be the guy, pull up a chair. The air is humming, and something great is coming. Who knows? It's only just out of reach, down the block on a beach. Maybe tonight. You and I must make a pact. We must bring salvation back. Where there is love, I'll be there. I'll reach out my hand to you. I'll have faith in all you do. Just call my name and I'll be there. I'll be there to comfort you. Fill our world, my dreams around you. I'm so glad that I found you. I'll be there with a love that's strong. I'll be your strength. I'll keep holding on. If you should ever find someone new, I know he better be good to you. Oh, 'cause if he doesn't, I'll be there. Don't you know, baby, yeah, I'll be there. I'll be there. Just call my name, I'll be there.
Woo! Chris and John Deek. Well done. Now, seriously, are you seriously telling us, John Deek, you have never seen West Side Story?
I haven't, and for me, musical theatre is only something that only happened over the last couple of years.
You still haven't seen it?
No, I haven't.
Well, you should
I
watch it. It's
haven't.
hilarious.
But you know what?
Very,
the
very funny.
the reason I didn't was because I wanted to put my own take on the song, and I didn't want to be... I'll be influenced by someone else.
Okay. And now, Chris, I hear that you've had some vocal problems this week. How did you think that went?
Yeah, well, I have had a few problems this week, but I've been determined not to let them get me down, and I've pushed me harder, so hopefully the viewers at home will realise that.
All right, let's go to the panel. John, the boys seem to be finding this singing and acting really quite challenging tonight. How did these guys do?
Well, it is a challenge to sing and act because it's one and the same. You guys did somewhat of a nice job tonight. John Deep, last week I said you were bland. This week I think it was slightly the opposite direction. It was, for me, slightly camping over the top. And you need to find the happy medium. Do all you like, that's exactly what I saw. Your vocal was fine, slight pitch problems, but you need to find the happy medium. Take a word from Chris. Chris has found that happy medium. You had a great performance. Although you're tired, you had a nice vocal. And for me tonight, Chris, you're my Joseph.
Whoa. All right.
So far.
Bill, you have directed lots of stars in the West End. Could either John Deep or Chris join their ranks?
John Deep, I've directed West Side in the West End, and I'm in trouble here because you took hold of it, you made it your own interpretation, and it was the wrong one. I'm sorry, it was the wrong interpretation. That's not what the song's about. It's a simple song. That's why the words are simple. It's a head song. You should have taken it to yourself. I hope you're here next week so you can do better. Chris, you've got it. No matter what it is, you've got it. You gave me one of the great moments of this series when you sang, "'Cause if he doesn't, I'll be there." Tingle from there, right down there. You own the song, you own the stage. Tonight, John's right, you own the show.
Well, Zoe, you don't look happy.
I'm not happy tonight. I'll tell you why I'm not happy tonight, because I worked with these boys all week, and, you know, we correct things, and yesterday, you know, they're still doing them. You know, John Deep, I said to you, please don't do, could it be? Yes, it could. You did it all the way through. It's really off-putting. I love your voice. You have a beautiful, beautiful voice. I've said that to you at least 5 times. It wasn't a bad vocal. There were tuning problems a few times, but it wasn't bad. OK, Chris, it was great. It was strong. It was fun. It was a focused vocal. You know, when you sang, I got shivers the first time I heard you. Your voice is so smooth sometimes, it's like chocolate, and I love chocolate.
OK. Oh, a good review, finally. Andrew, you've had doubts about both these boys. How do you feel now?
Well, I think we've chosen two completely different songs. I mean, obviously, the Sondheim song from West Side Story, John Deep. I mean, I've heard that so many times as Bill's heard it. And I have to say, I have heard it sung better. But it's an incredibly difficult song to sing. And as you're so new to this game, don't give up on it just now. But I have heard it sung better. Well, Chris, you know, we talked about this song tonight. You were the first up when we were rehearsing last week. And I said, how do we make this song work? I said, it's got to be completely about love and passion. And you delivered both. You were fantastic tonight.
Right. Well, the competition is tough, and as you can see, the standard is very high, so you must vote to keep your favourite Joseph out of the danger zone. If John Deep is your Joseph, call 09011212006 or add 07 for Chris. Lines open at the end of the show, so hold off voting just yet. Our next two Josephs are out to turn up the heat tonight. It's Rob McVeigh and Anthony Hansen.
Those were the best days of my life.
Wow, wow, wow. What a way to start a show!
Rotherham should be so proud.
I set myself a massive standard where they're going to expect every single week. I mean, they should do, because I can keep going higher and higher and higher.
You're not a builder, you're a singer.
Obviously, having that little taste makes you want more and more and more.
Need a drink?
I'm a typical lad.
I can't get used to all this southern food. It's all a bit too posh.
I would be willing just to push somebody out of the way just to get that prize.
That's not good.
I've already had a squabble with somebody.
Don't break eye contact with you.
I don't care what I've got to do. This is a chance that I'm not going to waste.
Anthony, I don't know why, but I just love you.
I had loads of text messages coming through from my mates saying, oh, Denise fancies you, all of this.
Watch out, ladies. Anthony's got to take the charm up a gear.
Like my fire?
Yeah.
You got that? Are you going to?
Hopefully, yeah.
You know that I would be untrue.
I had to seduce Andrew Lloyd Webber whilst singing, which was quite hard.
Come on, baby, light my fire.
I think I did seduce him. He looked quite flustered at the end. If I manage to make Andrew blush, then Denise better watch out.
Yeah. Shaking the foundations tonight, it's Rob the Builder. Rotherham's most famous dry landing expert will be singing Piano Man. Following him is Anthony. The 17-year-old from Oxfordshire hopes to raise the temperature tonight with a sizzling rendition of Light My Fire. Could Rob or Anthony be your Joseph? Here's Rob!
It's 9 o'clock on a Saturday. The regular crowd shuffles in. There's an old man sitting next to me, making love to his tonic and gin. He says, son, can you play me a memory? I'm not really sure how it goes, but it's sad and sweet, and I knew it complete when I wore a younger man's clothes. La da 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 da. good crowd for a Saturday, and the manager gives me a smile, 'cause he knows that it's me they've been coming to see, to forget about life for a while. Sing us a song, piano man, sing us a song tonight, 'cause we're all in the mood for a melody, and you got us feeling alright, 'cause we're all in the mood for a melody, and you got us feeling alright. You know that it would be untrue. You know that I would be a liar if I was to say to you we couldn't get much higher. Come on, baby, light my fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. Try to set the night on fire. All the time to hesitate is through. There's no time to wallow in the mire. Try now, we can only lose, and our love become the funeral pyre. Come on, baby, light my fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. Try to set the night on fire. You know that I would be untrue. You know that I would be a liar if I was to say to you, girl, we couldn't get much higher. Come on, baby, light my fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. Try to set the night on fire.
Anthony and Rob! Okay. Oh. Baby Anthony with the ladies. Oh, not much acting there. So here they are, the two of you are. You've got family here, you've got your girlfriends here. Is it more difficult performing in front of them or in front of Andrew Lloyd Webber?
I mean, obviously, it is quite hard performing in front of family, but when you're performing in front of somebody of Andrew's status, it's pretty nerve-wracking at times.
See, I'm the opposite because I think Andrew's a cinch when compared to forming that routine in front of my girlfriend.
Yeah.
I think I'm dead.
Yeah, probably not many close-ups of Natalie crying this week. All right, Denise, did it work? Are you blushing in the right way?
I did blush, actually. Yes, first of all, last week you rocked the house. Tonight you rocked my world. I loved it. You're full of surprises. You just seem to get better and better, and a great contrast from last week's performance. Brilliant tonight. OK, Anthony, you are as cute as a button. Sorry to your girlfriend. But the only thing I find watching you is you sometimes look a little stiff on stage, and you just need to kind of loosen up a little bit. Look like you're enjoying it. Very stiff in the shoulders. You're very stiff in the shoulders, and you just need to relax a little bit more and look like you're enjoying it. And you have to interact with the girls. It's really important. So I want to see more acting. That's it, I'm done.
OK. Bill, did you believe them tonight?
You are something else, Bob the Builder. Every time you come on, I think he's not going to crack it tonight. You get to that audience and you play them, not the piano. You were fantastic. The progression was great. You get better every week. Anthony, you could be a Joseph, but you've got to get out a little bit of that comfort zone. It's okay to twinkle, have a little look at the knees, but embrace the audience a bit more. Yeah, but you could be Joseph. Well done.
All right, Zoe, last week you loved Rob. You said Anthony probably wasn't Joseph. What do you think this week?
I'm going to let the boys into a secret. You two were the two that I was most worried about that wouldn't pull it off tonight vocally with those songs, because both of you were quite flat in rehearsal. But you both pulled it off for me tonight. Absolutely.
Wow. OK, Andrew, did you see what you wanted to see in those performances?
Yeah, can I ask the audience something? Rob, your performance, and I want to ask the audience, did you realise that it's two different people singing? Did you get that? Well, not really.
Wrong family,
Well,
yes.
that's what we were talking about, wasn't it? I would have liked a little bit more contrast, but having said that, you took the chorus and you really made it rock tonight. It was terrific. And, you know, we could work on that for a long time. Anthony, my goodness me, if you're stiff, I'm going on my funeral pyre. I thought you were terrific, and you definitely could be a Joseph.
I don't know what any of them are talking about. Performing up to 8 shows a week in the West End is a massive job to take on, so please use your vote wisely. If you think Rob could be Joseph, call 09011 212008 or add 09 for Anthony. Lines will be opening shortly. Please don't vote just yet, all right? All right, let's meet our last 2 Josephs of the night, Lewis Bradley and Lee Mead.
This week, because I've got a ballad, it's kind of total opposite to my personality.
Chill out, chill out.
I'm upbeat and I like to have a laugh.
Oh, he's a good boy.
Very much so the Joker.
Spaghetti bolognese.
Bing, bing. Sorry seems to be the hardest word. Is very deep and thoughtful. How do you sing that? How do you sing that? Do you know what I mean?
Just concentrate really on the words and the meaning. No, it's important because people need to see, you know, the other side of you.
I've got to put the Joker of me to one side and really act this song.
I was really worried about going on Saturday because I thought the public may not be behind me because of my theatre background, and to know there are people out there that are voting for me is amazing. I'm just a normal lad from Southend, you know, that's who I am.
Lee hasn't had it easy. He worked his way through college. He's had bar jobs. He's had a milk round with his granddad.
He worked on the post office for a summer, and I think he's worked in just about every takeaway around Southend. I'm only a postman, my wife's a cleaner, so it's not been very easy.
We're really proud and happy for him. I think he'd make a great Joseph.
You're fabulous. If you had a brain, you'd be dangerous.
Performing is my life, it's my passion, you know, it always has been. Just to have the part of Joseph and that lead role would be the ultimate.
Both want that ultimate role. As to show his serious side, it's Middlesbrough student Lewis. He'll be performing Sorry Seems to Be the Hardest Word, which is all about unrequited love. As to Steal Thunder, it's Lee. The Southender will be singing Bad Day. Let's hope he doesn't have a bad night. Could Lewis or Lee be your Joseph? Here's Lewis.
What have I gotta do to make you love me? What have I gotta do to make you care? What do I do when lightning strikes me? And I wake to find that you're not there. What do I do to make you want me? What have I gotta do to be heard? What do I say when it's all over? Sorry seems to be the hardest word. It's sad, so sad. It's a sad, sad situation, and it's getting more and more absurd. It's sad, so sad. Why can't we talk it over? Always seems to me that sorry seems to be the hardest word. Where is the moment we needed the most? You kick up the leaves and the magic is lost. You tell me your blue skies fade to grey. You tell me your passion has gone away. And I don't need no carrying on. 'Cause you had a bad day, you take it one down. You sing a sad song just to turn it around. You say I don't know, you tell me don't lie. You work on a smile and you go for a ride. You had a bad day, the camera don't lie. You're coming back down and you really don't mind. You had a bad day, you had a bad day. You stand in the line just to hit a new low. You're faking a smile with a coffee to go. You tell me your life's been way offline. You fall into pieces every time. And I don't need no carrying on. 'Cause you had a bad day, you take it one down. You sing a sad song just to turn it around. You had a bad day, the camera don't lie. You're coming back down and you really don't mind. You had a bad day, you had a bad day.
Okay. Now, Lewis, last week I know you were upset because I think it was both Denise and John said you weren't living up to your full potential. How does that affect you kind of preparing for this week?
Well, I just wanted to go out there, back again in the rehearsals, and prove to you that I can do it. Because I can. I'm just nervous because of the first week, obviously.
Okay, well, Lee, I was going to ask you what's the best thing about being in the competition, but I think we just saw that. So what was the worst thing about being in the competition and living in that house?
Just the cleaning.
Wait, you've got Keith Jack for that. Oh, is he? Yeah. I have to say, looking at the footage, you do kind of, he might clean, but not enough.
Yeah, it's fake cleaning.
Somebody needs to clean more. Anyway, listen, let's check in with the panel. All right, brace yourselves. Denise, what do you think?
First of all, Lewis, yes, I was a little disappointed with you last week, and I know I upset you, but this week, you'll be pleased to hear, I thought you were fantastic. I really believed every word that you sang there. It was a great, great performance, and tonight, Lewis, you're my Joseph. Okay, Lee, it's a very hard song to sing, but what I really like about you is you take the challenge and you go with it. And you've proved tonight that you can act. The boys should watch and learn. That's how it should be done when it comes to acting. Fantastic. They're both brilliant. It's quite hard for me to decide between the two who did best tonight out of the two of them, but I thought you were great.
Okay, Bill, do you agree with Denise?
Yeah, totally. Your maturity, Lewis, confounds me every week. I think it's astonishing. You're 17 years old. I believe totally in you. I believe in what you sing. I believe in everything about you on the stage. The most important thing to play Joseph is you've got to take me and an audience along with you, so I've got to believe, and I do. You're fantastic. Lee, I totally agree. I totally agree with Denise. You showed tonight what acting is all about. It's being still, it's being inward, it's being focused, it's not being over the top. It's making us come to you. Not the easiest song in the world to sing. A very difficult song. And yet you were devastating. The pair of you tonight, forget worries tonight. You're in, I'm telling you.
Wow. Okay, rave reviews so far. John, are you going to rain on their parade?
There ain't no rain coming out of this club because, Lewis, last week you didn't impress, but this week you did your homework and it showed. That was absolutely brilliant. Spot on, well done. Lee, when you're on stage, you are a leading man. You make us feel comfortable, you're controlled, you're focused, and you deliver a song and you act it well. Superb job.
Well done. Great. Now, Zoe, I think quite a few of the Josephs have disappointed you tonight. What about these two?
Okay, Lewis, don't ever breathe in the middle of a word again. You know you did it.
Sorry. Which word?
Hardest word. Anyway, apart from that, you know, you've got a big fan in my house. My 5-year-old son adores you, and you know what? By that performance, he's got taste. Lee, you know, you give yourself problems. You make problems up in your mind, you know, in our classes. You don't need to do that. You've got to believe in yourself. We all believe in you. You're fantastic. You were hot tonight. It was an emotional performance. Fantastic. Great.
Okay, the panel loved you guys. We turn to the Lord. Are you feeling the love?
Lee, first, I think you did fantastically with the song that we worked with a lot on Wednesday, and it's a very difficult song to sing, and we changed it around a wee bit as well. You know? So I think it really worked very much better tonight. I think you did very, very well with an extremely difficult song. Really did. Lewis, well, you see, the thing about you is that the one thing we haven't seen yet, of course, is you're a fantastic dancer. That we know, and that's why we horrible lot here gave you a very difficult ballad to sing. Now, you did very well with it. Falsetto a bit of a problem for you. I think it's it's a difficult thing to do, particularly when you're only 17.
To balance the both,
you know, just to get it to blend it. You know, but it was a horrid song for us to give you. I'm jolly glad we did. Because you did very well.
And generally, after seeing all 11 perform, what do you think?
Well, do you know, this afternoon, when I was seeing the dress rehearsal of this, I thought, oh no, I'm not sure that any of them are going to really come through as actors in the way that I would really hope. Well, I thought some of them might, but I think tonight I've been very, very surprised, and the standard is really extremely high.
Good news from Andrew. But remember, the power is in your hands. This competition really is anyone's for the taking, and every vote counts. If you want Lewis to have his name up in lights as Joseph, call 09011 212010 or add 11 if Lee is the one for you. The lines are now open. It's time for you to have your say. Calls cost 25 pence for BT landline. Other operators and mobiles may vary. At least 12p is split equally between children in need and the musical theatre bursary for aspiring performers. Here's a reminder of all of tonight's performances with the numbers you need to call.
I can't breathe for the first time. I'm still moving on, yeah, yeah. Thanks to you, now I get what I want. And I'm surrounded by a million people ever feel alone, don't let me go home. Oh, I miss you, you know. Who am I to tell you? I'll always catch you in a fall. Well, I wouldn't be myself at all. To help us survive, being alive, being alive. All by myself, don't wanna be all by myself anymore. Come on in, don't try to be the guy. Pull up a chair. The air is humming, and something great is coming. I'll be there. I'll be there. Just call my name. I'll be there. He says, son, can you play me a melody? I'm not really sure how it goes, but it's sad and sweet, and I knew it complete when I wore a younger man's clothes. Come on, baby, light my fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. Trying to set the night on fire. What do I say when it's all over? Sorry seems to be the hardest word. You work on a smile and you go for a ride. You had a bad day, the camera don't lie. You're coming back down and you really don't mind. You had a bad day. You had a bad day.
Use your vote wisely. There's a lot riding on this. We're back again later at 9:50. We'll reveal which of our Josephs have fallen into the bottom two. Believe me, there'll be tears before bedtime. Plus, the sensational McFly. Join us in the studio and put the Josephs to the test.
When you first go on, like, you'll be really nervous. It's literally, like, crazy.
11 Josephs!
The reality of our mission is beginning to sink in.
I mean, I'm quite petrified, really.
See if they manage to tame the McFly crowd later. Get voting. We'll see you at 9:50. Good night. Earlier on, a remaining 11 fought to keep their place in the competition. One more Joseph is about to leave. So, who's heading for West End stardom and who's heading home? Only the Lord can save them now.
I close my eyes. Next.
One of our Josephs will be singing for the very last time as we find out who will be next to leave the competition. Plus, pop group McFly will be joining us. Yes, they will. And the Josephs will give a special group performance. Now, earlier on, our panel gave our Josephs a very rough ride, and later on, they'll be telling us who they thought wasn't Joseph tonight. Let's welcome them back. John Barrowman, Denise Van Houten, Phil Kenwright, Zoe Tyler, and the ever-present Lord, Andrew Lloyd Webber. Not funny. Later, the two Josephs with the least amount of votes will have to perform in front of Andrew in the dreaded sing-off. He can only save one of them. The lines are still open, so there's time to vote. Here's a reminder of tonight's performances with those all-important numbers you need to dial.
Every week you come out and you give it to me. You mean it, and I just think you're fantastic and a great voice.
That was absolutely brilliant tonight. The more I see you, Daniel, the more I see Joe there.
I think I've done enough to be here next week.
And I'm surrounded by a million people. I still
Not seeing a spark behind your eyes. I need to see that spark because OK won't cut it.
One miss you, you know.
You have to pull it out the bag on this live show, otherwise you're going to be gone.
Who am I to tell you that I would never let...
Acting level great, diction terrible.
I'm working on it just now, so hopefully...
I know you're working on it, but you didn't work on it enough.
Now I have to pick myself back up and hopefully I'll be here next week to prove that I've got good diction.
You are a fantastic talent. You're 35 years old. This is your chance. Embrace it. Embrace the other boys. Embrace your talent, and you'll get there.
You're just not controlling your voice. You're still flat.
I really didn't think you were handling that song well tonight.
All by myself. Something's coming, don't know when, but it soon taps the moon one at a time.
I'm sorry, it was the wrong interpretation. That's not what the song's about.
I have to say, I have heard it sung better.
They didn't say anything positive. I'm just so worried I'm going to go now.
Don't you know, baby, yeah, I'll be there.
For me tonight, Chris, you're my Joseph.
Whoa!
Your voice is so smooth sometimes, it's like chocolate, and I love chocolate.
I was absolutely over the moon with all the comments.
Sing us a song, piano man. Sing us a song.
To ask something else, Bob the Builder.
Last week you rocked the house, tonight you rocked my world. I loved it.
She's a beautiful woman, and for us to say something like that is pretty amazing, isn't it?
Stiff on stage, and you just need to kind of loosen up a little bit. Look like you're enjoying it.
You definitely could be a Joseph.
It's sad, so sad.
Last week you didn't impress, but this week you did your homework, and it showed. That was absolutely brilliant.
I am buzzing like a bee.
Watch and learn. That's how it should be done when it comes to acting. Fantastic.
It means everything to have those kind of comments.
11 Josephs, only one winner. Vote for your favourite. Now, Andrew, this is incredible. I didn't know this. 20,000 schools have performed the musical Joseph. That's in the UK alone. What is its appeal?
Well, I guess because it was written for schools in the first place, it had to be something that was inclusive for every kid. They can have to clap their hands, or they can do whatever they want to, or play musical instruments if they can, or sing, or dance even. But it was meant to be, when Tim Rose and I wrote it, something that every school felt that they could have every single person involved with the school take part in.
And let's not forget very, very good tunes.
Well, there might be a couple of those.
Yeah, very good tunes. And don't forget, we're giving one lucky school choir the chance to perform in the West End and in our live final. For more details, log onto our website. And whilst we're on the subject of playing Joseph, there's someone else here who played Joseph as a child. Is that not right, John Barrowman? You did play Joseph.
Yes.
Have a look at this, John.
Hi, John. Surprise. Mum and Dad here in sunny Florida. John, do you remember when you were a young teenager back in Joliet, Illinois, you performed the part of Joseph?
You barreled round, and it was just brilliant.
John, we will be following the progress from here in Florida, and we wish all the young men who are competing for the part of Joseph the best of luck. Bye. Best of luck, everybody. Bye.
Thank you to John's parents. And John, this is the actual coat, I believe.
That is the coat. All the congregation put together. It's from the 70s and early 80s. The ties of the men in the congregation, and the women made it. And it was, I mean, for a church production, it was pretty good. I mean,
and you've kept it all these years.
No,
John, it's time to let it go. You're not Joseph. Walk away. All right, Andrew, earlier tonight, it was all about acting. Our Josephs are about to perform their group song, Pinball Wizard, from the musical Tommy. So this time, what are we looking for?
Well, it's going to be from topics, of course, so we're going to look for a bit of rock and roll, I hope. And also, I mean, one of the great guitarists of all time, Pete Townshend, you know, he was very, very good to me because he wrote a great letter about the Phantom of the Opera and saying that there was a great rock and roll show. So, I'm looking forward to seeing a bit of real rock and roll tonight.
All right, well, this is your last chance to vote. Lines will be closing in a couple of minutes. Here performing Pinball Wizard, and out to get your vote, it is our Josephs!
Since I was a young boy, I played the silver ball. From Soho down to Brighton, I must have played them all. But I ain't seen nothing like him in any amusement hall. That deaf, dumb, and blind kid sure plays me pinball. Stands there like a statue, becomes part of the machine. Feeling all the bumpers, always playing clean. He brings my intuition, but didn't count it all. That deaf, dumb, and blind kid sure plays me pinball. He's a pinball wizard, there has to be a trick. A pinball wizard's got such a double ring. How do you think he does it? I don't know what makes him so good. Ain't got no distractions, can't hear no buzzer bells. So she know like a plastic played by sense of smell. Always wins the replay, I've never seen it before. That deaf, dumb, and blind kid sure plays the mean pinball. I thought I was a body single king, but I just handed my pinball crown to him. Spinning my favorite table, and he can be my man. Cycles bring him in, and he just turns around. Got crazy flipping fingers I've never seen before. That deaf, dumb, and blind kid sure plays the mean pinball.
Fantastic. Loving that. Everyone's loving it. Okay, people at home, I'll talk to you. The phone lines are now closed. Please don't call, as you will be charged, and your vote will not be counted. Remember, at least 12p is split equally between children in need and the musical theatre bursary for aspiring performers. Check the website for details. Now, whilst we count your votes, please welcome Tom, Danny, Dougie, and Harry from McFly. Oh. Up and down mothers are reaching for combs as they look at the show. Now, Andrew's looking for this modern, poppy Joseph with an edge. You're modern and poppy with an edge. Has he approached any of you to play Joseph?
No.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, you.
Harry.
I'm joking. No, so, listen, you've seen the Josephs tonight. Any of them stand out for you?
Bob the Builder.
Yeah?
Because they're all nice guys. We all met them, as you all know.
We performed with them.
Performed with them, yeah. And is it Seamus?
Yeah, Seamus is good.
He's got hair like me.
Yeah.
They're all good. We've all met them. They're all nice guys, and they're all doing very well.
Now, Andrew, earlier in the week, you gave the final 11 their first mission, and that was to go perform in front of 2,000 screaming McFly fans on their up-close and personal tour. Why did you give them that mission?
Well, it was called McFly fishing, you see.
Ah.
So we wanted to see what would happen. No, look, I mean, it was good fun, you know, and I think the boys were absolutely petrified. I remember going and saying, look, you're going to be performing with McFly, and they said, you're joking. I said, no, I'm not. They even said, you've got to retake that.
Well, in just a moment, we'll be revealing which of our Josephs are in the bottom two and are in the dreaded sing-off. In the meantime, let's see how they get on when the Josephs met McFly. The mission to become a pop star. The judges, 2,000 McFly fans.
Brilliant, isn't it? It's mental. Did I ever expect to be sharing a stage with McFly? Not in a million years.
I think the reason why Andrew might have chose for us to do this is whoever wins the part of Joseph, they'll have to perform in front of an audience like this every night.
Now, me, I'm quite petrified, really.
I'm not surprised. Have you seen this lot?
I think they're going to be shocked at how loud they are, because our fans are pretty loud. I don't think they're going to have done anything like this before.
It's showtime, and McFly raised the bar.
It's beginning to sink in the reality of our mission, and it's pretty daunting, I have to say.
Tonight, we have some very special guests. Please welcome on stage the 11 Josephs!
Andrew Lloyd Webber wants them to just go out and perform like pop stars, and I think it's important they don't sort of force it and don't overdo it and just try and be as natural as possible. We'll see how they get on.
When the Josephs came out, they were really good. Everyone just went completely mental.
My favourite is Lewis. My favourite's Ben. My favourite's Ben.
Well, my
favourite's Anthony because he's so young and he's absolutely gorgeous. He can't cook and he's like my own son.
Unbelievable.
It's just amazing.
Give it up for Joseph!
I think they did their job. I think Andrew will be very proud of them.
Okay, they all had a great night with McFly, but how did our Josephs do this evening? Let's now ask the panel, based on tonight's performance, who was not Joseph? Zoe.
Ben.
Bill.
John Deep.
Denise.
Ben.
John.
John Deep.
Okay. There are only 9 guaranteed places in next week's show. The 2 Josephs with the lowest number of votes must perform in the sing-off in front of Andrew. He can only save one of them. For one Joseph, their dream is about to be over. All your votes have been counted and verified. I will now announce the results in no particular order. Chris, you are in the sing-off. I'm really sorry. If you'd like to come and join me, please. Lewis, you're through. Congratulations. Lee and Keith, you could both still be Joseph. That's it. Rob and Daniel, you're both also through to next week. Well done. Anthony, you could be Joseph. Join the others. Please come down. Seamus, Craig, Ben, and John Deep. Thanks to the viewers' votes, 3 of you do have a guaranteed place in next week's live show. 1 of you is on very dangerous ground and will be joining Chris in the sing-off. Seamus. Congratulations, you're safe. Join the others. Craig. Well done, you're through! Off you go. Ben and John Deep. Just 1 guaranteed place left in next week's show. John Deep, you're in the sing-off. I'm sorry, wait where you are, which means Ben, congratulations! We'll see you next week. Join the others. Okay, Chris, if you want to join John Deep there. So, Chris and John Deep, you 2 are the least popular Josephs. 1 of you received the lowest amount of votes tonight. And if it were down to viewers' votes alone, I can reveal the person that would be out of the competition right now is Chris. But Chris, there is still hope, as Andrew may decide to save you. You both must now perform the Beatles classic, Let It Be. It's the song you've all been rehearsing. None of you wanted to sing. Andrew, why have you chosen this song?
Well, once again, it shows voices off, and it's the most fantastic acting song. We're talking about acting tonight. This is going to be a tough one tonight for me, so, boys, best of luck.
And remember, Andrew will be watching you both very closely indeed. John Deep, you will begin the sing-off, and then Chris. Here, singing to impress Andrew Lloyd Webber and win his casting vote. It's Chris and John Deep.
When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me speaking words of wisdom, let it be.
And in my hour of darkness, she is standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be.
Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be.
Speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And when the broken-hearted people living in the world agree, there will be an answer, let it be.
Though they may be parted, there is still a chance that they will see. There will be an answer, let it be.
Let it be, let it be, oh let it be, let it be.
Speaking words of wisdom, let it be.
Let it be, let it be, oh let it be, let it be. There will be an answer, let it be.
Well done, John Deep and Chris, if you'd like to join me. Great job, horrible job. John Deep and Chris, you have now both sung, but was it enough to convince Andrew? Andrew, you must now decide. Who will you save, John Deep or Chris?
Well, this is not the right result tonight. It puts me into a very difficult position because both of you really should be with us. And I suppose I've got to think who in the end is likeliest to play Joseph. Oh, goodness. So in the end, I'll save Chris.
Congratulations, Chris. Well done. You've got to go and join the others. John Deep, bad luck. You have had an extraordinary journey. I'm sorry it ends here. John Deep is not Joseph, and now 10 hopefuls remain. Now, Josephs, I need you to listen carefully. Pay attention. I have a very important announcement to make. Next week, not one, but 2 Josephs are going to be eliminated. That's right, not one, but 2 of you will be going home next week. That's 2 Dreamcoats in tatters. Well, John Deep, you know what's coming now, so off you go, sir. Well done. That's it for tonight. Join me again next Saturday at 7:30 here on BBC One for our double sing-off special. In the meantime, I'll leave you with John Deep and our Josephs to say good night. I'll see you next week.
Oh, Joseph, what you gonna do? Things look bad for you. Hey, what you gonna do? Joseph, we taught you, hide all the world from me, borrow the windows and shut out the light. If my life were important, I would ask, will I live or die? But I know the answers lie far from this world.
Last week, your votes put Chris and John Deep in the bottom 2. And the Lord was not amused.
Well, this is not the right result tonight. Both of you should be with us. I'll save Chris.
Leaving John Deep devastated.
I'm furious about this.
But tonight, it'll be a Joseph massacre, as not 1, but 2 will leave the competition.
none of us are safe.
I'm not scared.
I'm going to fight for it just as hard as everybody else.
I can't afford to get complacent this week.
I'm not going to let myself down, and I'm not going to let my family down.
Let the battle commence, as there can be only one Joseph. And ultimately, that decision is down to you.
I close my eyes.
Next.
Tonight, the nightmare begins for our remaining 10 finalists on Any Dream Will Do, because it's double elimination night, meaning not one but two Josephs must leave the competition. The fans are most definitely fired up. The band are live and dangerous. The panel is pensive, and the Lord is truly paranoid. In the next hour, our first Joseph will be knocked out. The lines are open now, so hurry and get calling. They're here and desperate for your votes. Please welcome our final 10! Well, it might be go, 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 Joseph, but tonight 2 more will be gone, gone, gone. I tell you, they're on shakier ground than the people of Kent. Because at the end of this show, we'll have the first of our nail-biting sing-offs between the 2 Josephs with the least amount of votes. Andrew will only be able to save one of them. Then later on in our results show at 10:15, there'll be a second sing-off, and another Joseph will be sent packing. The lines are open, so you must vote now to keep your favourite in the competition. Offering their expert guidance is the panel. Please welcome Torchwood star John Barrowman. Tough-talking vocal coach Zoe Tyler. Theatre producer and Everton chairman Bill Kenwright. West End and Broadway goddess Denise Van Outen. And the phantom genius himself, Andrew Lloyd Webber. Oh, the tension. Now, you at home got it right first time round when you chose Connie Fisher to star as Maria. But the big question troubling Andrew now is whether lightning can strike twice. After receiving rave reviews from Andrew and the panel, Chris Barton still received the lowest number of votes last week, turning Andrew Lloyd Webber into Angry Lloyd Webber.
Well, I really want to say I'm furious about this. This is the first time in the entire series that we've had, if you include the Maria, where I completely disagree with what the public did.
Ooh, be afraid. Be very afraid. Now, Andrew, you clearly thought Chris shouldn't have been in that bottom 2. Are you worried that tonight the wrong Josephs might be going home?
Yes, of course I am. But I'm very worried this week because I worked with Denise on Wednesday, and I was very shocked by how unprepared they were for what they actually did in terms of the singing. So we've got to get real, because we've got to remember that what I have to do is to find a Joseph who the public are going to be prepared to pay to go and see. We can't have what we saw this week, a load of the boys sort of getting very wimpy and saying, oh, no, I didn't really know, I didn't know what I was going to be told to do, and then getting sort of all paranoid. No, we can't have that. But what I will say, and I will stand by this, is that the 10 boys we've got are as good, if not better, than our Marias, and they just need to shape up tonight.
All right, they've got to show us that they're brilliant. All right, The story goes that Joseph, in the story, was perfect. He's good-looking, he's confident, he was certainly not afraid to dress up in brightly coloured over-the-top clothes and look like an idiot. I wonder what that must feel like. Tonight, our Josephs will be performing great pop songs by classic male artists to prove they have showmanship and stage presence. Have our first Josephs got it? Let's meet Seamus and Lewis.
I am bored about references to the fact that I am older. This week, I'm doing a Stones song. Mick Jagger, 60, whatever he is, 70. How old is he now? I mean, if he can do it, I think I can do it as well. You know, I've sung at weddings, sung backing with Shakin' Stevens and Rod Stewart. I've been in a band for the last few years.
Bit of a show-off, but that goes down very well. Once he takes off, yeah, I can't help but follow.
You know, the younger guys won't have had experience of doing gigs. I can rock the studio. That's what it's about. This is rock and roll.
Well, since the competition started, my nana has become more famous than I have.
He's fantastic every week to me. And if he gets right to the end, ooh, I'll explode.
And she's been going out and about in Middlesbrough to try and get people to vote for me.
Robert the curtain. Oh.
My nana's working just as hard as I am. She's even been on the radio.
Cleveland, vote for Lewis. Don't forget. I want to make his dream come true. Because he deserves it. Lewis! Thank you.
If I get thrown out, then what else will Nana do with herself on a Saturday night?
Andrew, I have to say, if Lewis is ever in the sing-off, I'd save him. You don't want Nana Jean after you.
Yeah, we certainly don't want that.
No. And if he wins, she's going to explode. Hey, now, what should we be looking out for tonight in all of our Joseph's performances? What's tonight's challenge?
2 words, star quality. And then acting, and then being able to hold an audience in a West End theatre. It's so important that we remember that in everything that we see.
Okay, it's a big ask, but oh, by the way, and if you're a digital viewer and want to sing along with all our Josephs tonight, press the red button now for all the lyrics. Good. Okay, let's bring on our Josephs. No more mention of his age. First up, it's 35-year-old Seamus. He's aiming to knock you out with this rendition of the Rolling Stones classic, Start Me Up. Squaring up to him is Lewis. The apple of his Nana Jean's eye will be singing the Beatles song, I Saw Her Standing There. Could Seamus or Lewis be your Joseph? Here's Seamus!
She was just 17, and you know what I mean. And the way she looked was way beyond compare. So how could I dance with another? Ooh, when I saw her standing there. Well, she looked at me, and I could see that for too long I fell in love with her. Wouldn't dance with another. Ooh, when I saw her standing there. Well, my heart went through, and I crossed that through, and I held her hand in mine. Well, we danced through the night, and we held each other tight. But for too long, I fell in love with her. Now I'll never dance with another.
answer here in the studio tonight, but we do know that 2 Josephs are going home. Lewis, was that on your mind as you prepared for this week?
Yeah, this week has been so tough, but we've got to up our game every single week.
And now, Seamus, we know that in the past you've sang backing vocals for Rod Stewart and Shaking Stevens. Now, which of those 2 fabulous artists do you think found time to send you a good luck message?
I don't know, which one?
Let's have a look.
Hi, Seamus, Shaky here. First on tonight. You rock for me, now you rock for them. Go and show them.
All right. Thank you very much, Shaky, for doing that. All right, awesome. Let's see if the panel share his views. Bill, now you actually worked with the boys this week. Did you see them taking on any of the notes you gave them?
I'll tell you what, Andrew, they certainly upped the stakes for you tonight, those 2 boys. Seamus, I'm beginning to get it. I've thought from the word go you are special. You've got a great talent, a great voice, a great look. But I've never quite understood the journey. And I know why. You don't understand the journey either. You don't know how good you are. Your honesty sometimes comes across as arrogance. I don't think you're arrogant at all. I think you're scared stiff. Well, you're going to have a few more scared nights because you're going to be around in this competition for a long time. You are so special. Lewis, for a 17-year-old, you are a frightening, frightening talent. What I've always wanted from you is to see the boy or the man behind the song. Tonight I saw it. You got out of that comfort zone. You stopped concentrating. You loved this audience. You boys, you're going to be there for a long time.
Oh,
what a great start.
Andrew mentioned star quality earlier. Did you see star quality in these performances?
I certainly did. First of all, I'm going to start with Seamus. I agree with Bill. I think you are special. But the thing is, I think you know it, and I think you do have to be a little bit careful because sometimes your confidence can come across as you being a little bit too cocky. And if you do that, you don't want to start me up, you want me to switch off. So you just have to be a little bit careful.
And what about Lewis?
OK, Lewis, I think a fantastic performance. Your confidence is growing week after week. One thing you have to be careful of when you perform is you have a tendency to sort of bend your knees and you look a bit like a tarantula, so you need to stand tall.
I'm tall.
I know, but don't hide behind your height.
Right.
Use it to your advantage and own the stage.
Let's go to
Great.
Andrew. Could either of these be the pop star Joseph you say you're looking for?
Well, yes, in different ways. I mean, Seamus, there's one thing I don't quite get it. I mean, if you're 35 and not a star already, something has happened and I don't get that. That's the one thing I have to ask, although your hair looks better on you than Leo's hair. She was just 17, you know what I mean. One of the great couplets in the English language, in my view. You see, you said, and, I know. And you see, that kind of ruins the words. She was just 17, you know what I mean. That is fabulous. So, Lewis, the one thing I think between you and winning everything is just to think about words. I've seen it in the acting coaching lessons and everything that you've done. Just remember the words. That's a great lyric, OK?
OK. All right, thanks, Andrew. If you don't want a favourite to have their dream code taken off them tonight, call 090 11 2120. Then add 01 if you think Seamus should be Joseph, or 02 if you want Lewis to lead the cast. Lines are open now for all our Josephs, so get voting. Now, earlier this week, the boys had their first taste of the good life at the Spider-Man premiere. And our next 2 Josephs are hungry for more. It's Rob and Anthony.
You are as cute as a button.
I was a schoolboy a couple of weeks ago. Now I've got people, like, ogling me like a pin-up boy.
My man's an amazing dreamboat.
Oh, dear.
It was crazy at the Spider-Man 3 premiere. Everyone was going nuts. I think I'm all autographed out. There's people walking around with pictures of me in their handbags.
He's a bit hot. I won't say that too loud, though, because my boyfriend's over there.
It's given me a taste of what it could be like in the West End, and it's made me want to strive to get it even more.
Listen, Rotherham should be so proud of you tonight.
Rotherham's my town, I love Rotherham to pieces.
And everybody watch the screen, please. It's Rob from Rotherham.
Rotherham can see talent. We know he's going to win this.
It is tough down here, and we are working very, very hard. But to know everybody's rooting for me back home is just the best feeling in the world.
Can he win it?
Come on, Rob. Do it for Rotherham.
Yes, he can.
He's got raw talent, passion, energy.
I'll announce it at bingo. They must vote.
If I get Joseph, that is just amazing. Some builder from Rotherham suddenly gets starred, and it is the ultimate dream.
But will that dream come true? Eager to put down his power tools and pick up that dream code, it's Rob the Builder! Rob is 24 today. Happy birthday, Rob. He'll be performing Roy Orbison's Pretty Woman. Following him is Anthony. The A-level student from Oxfordshire will be singing Patience by Take That. Could Rob or Anthony be Joseph? Only you have the answer. Here's Rob!
Pretty woman, walking down the street, pretty woman, the kind I like to meet, pretty woman. I don't believe you're not the truth. look as good as you. Pretty woman, won't you pardon me, pretty woman? I couldn't help but see, pretty woman. Don't you look lovely as can be? Are you lonely just like me? Pretty woman, stop a while. Pretty woman, talk a while. Pretty woman, say you'll stay with me. 'Cause I need you, I'll treat you right. Come with me, baby, be mine tonight. Is she walking back to me? Yeah, she's walking back to me. Whoa, pretty woman. Just have a little patience. Still hurting from a love I lost. I'm feeling your frustration. But any minute all the pain will stop. Just hold me close inside your arms tonight. Don't be too hard on my emotion. 'Cause my heart is numb, has no feeling. So while I'm still healing, just try and have a little patience, yeah. Have a little patience, yeah. 'Cause the scars run so deep, it's been hard, but I have to believe. Have a little patience, have a little patience.
Anthony and Rob! Well done, guys. Now, remember, lines are open, so even if you haven't seen your favourite Joseph yet, you can still vote for them. Now, Rob, you're still at an age when you celebrate birthdays, and your family are here with banners. Look at them over there, look at that. Is there a cake? Oh, there's a cake! Even a cake.
I've had 3 today, I'm so proud.
Very good. Well, let's hope this doesn't turn into the worst birthday of your life. Let's go over to the panel. Sean, are these two still serious contenders for the role of Joseph?
I'm not really sure. Because, Rob, tonight, happy birthday, but tonight you oozed confidence, confidence, confidence. The only thing that worries me is that your raw talent, for me, might not hold together as good as your bricks and mortar. That's what worries me, okay?
Well, you want to see my bricks and mortar, John?
Son, you show me your bricks and mortar, and I'll tell you if it's going to be good enough. Anyway,
drywalling.
It's drywalling, whatever, it's building. Anthony, you look great on camera. My partner thinks you look great, half the audience thinks you look great. Tonight, you still looked fabulous, but your vocal was awful. It was really bad. You sounded like you were howling wolves in from Alaska.
Whoa. Okay. Let me go to Zoe. Awful. Is that fair?
Come on.
Yes. Do you know what, Anthony? You know I love you. You're a great guy to work with. I wish your voice was as beautiful as your looks, but it's not. And you know what? I've got to be... I know it's not. Do you know what? I'm sorry. If I was sat in the audience and you were Joseph tonight, I'd be petrified, honey. And I don't want to be petrified. And it's not fair for the audience paying £70 or whatever it is a ticket to be petrified with you hitting those notes, darling. If you're still in, you need to do more work, more work. Can I just go to,
what about
Rob? Rob, happy birthday, love. I wish all my singing pupils, I wish all my singing pupils progressed as quickly and as fast and as furious as you. Sorry.
All right. Very mixed reviews. We have a builder, a student. Do we have a Joseph?
Possibly not. But, Rob, I will say one thing. You really can take notes. Difficult to do that song, particularly as it's been cut and it's a real story.
So who are we talking to now?
No, we're talking to Rob. Yeah. It's very difficult because, I mean, you take notes brilliantly, but the song was cut somewhat, so the story is not quite there. Your voice is there. I'm not quite sure that you could be a Joseph. And I've got to be honest with you, Anthony, it wasn't greatly in tune tonight. I know you know it, don't you?
Yeah.
I know. So, I mean, I have to worry about whether you could do it 8 shows a week on stage. I'm being honest.
Okay. Well, Do you agree? The lines are open. If you want Rob or Anthony to have a shot at West End stardom, call 09011 2120, then add 03 for birthday boy Rob, or dial 04 if you want Anthony to have a happy return. Some people here definitely do. Now, tonight, you don't have to wait for your favourite Joseph to perform. You can vote for them now. Here are the numbers to dial. Call 09011 2120, then add 01 for Seamus, 02 for Lewis, add 03 for Rob, add 04, Anthony is your Joseph, 05 for Chris, for Ben, add 06, for Daniel, dial 07, if Lee is your Joseph, add 08, dial 09 for Keith, and add 10 for Craig. Our next two Josephs are sing-off veterans, as they've both been saved by the Lord once before. Now, one has managed to win over the public, but has he lost Andrew's support? Whilst the other has the support of Andrew, but not you at home. I'm very confused. It's Chris and Ben.
You're fantastic tonight. Tingle from there right down there.
Chris, you're my Joseph.
The least popular Joseph is Chris.
It was unexpected. I wasn't expecting it. I don't know what the judges see in me and what the public don't see in me. Sorry. I felt ashamed to be in the bottom two, and knowing that all my family was sat there and my friends.
You've drawn a line under it and you start again. OK, tomorrow's a fresh week.
I'm definitely going to come back fighting. I know for a fact there's no doubt in my mind. I could go on as Joseph tomorrow. I'm not going to let myself down, and I'm not going to let my family down.
Well, Saturday night was a shock.
I don't think it was a great vocal from you tonight.
You're just not controlling your voice.
You've got a long, long way to go if you're going to stay in this competition.
Knowing that the public kept me in, regardless of the judges' comments, is an amazing feeling. I really, really need to nail my vocals this week.
You can't afford to hit one more note out of tune. Spin! Because if you are in the sing-off, Andrew won't save you.
Life is a roller coaster, just gotta ride it.
You know what? If you sing it like that on Saturday, you're going to blow the panel away.
I know I can do this, and I'm going to show everyone out there that I do have what it takes to be Joseph.
They've both got a lot to prove. Fighting for his place in this competition, it's Chris! This 20-year-old will be singing Tell Her About It. Following him, it's Ben. He'll be performing Life is a Roller Coaster, and it certainly has been for him. Could Chris or Ben be your Joseph? Here's Chris!
Listen, boy, I don't want to see you let a good thing slip away. You know I don't like watching anybody make the same mistake I made. She's a real nice girl and she's always there for you. Woo! But a nice girl wouldn't tell you what you should do. Tell her about it. Tell her everything you feel. Give her every reason to accept that you're free. Tell her about it. Tell her all your crazy dreams. Let her know you need her. Let her know how much you need. Cause now and then you should get to worrying. Just because you haven't spoken for so long. I know you may not have done anything. Will that be a consolation when she's gone? Tell her about it. Tell her everything you feel. Give her every reason to accept that you're free. Tell her about it. Tell her all your great dreams. Let her know you need her. Let her know how much it means. Tell her about it. Na 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 na. Hey baby, you really got my tail in a spin. Hey baby, I don't even know where to begin. But baby, I got one thing I want you to know. Wherever you go, tell me 'cause I'm gonna go. You found love, so don't fight it. Life is a roller coaster, just gotta ride it. Can't you feel my heart? Can't you feel my heart? Oh, we found love. Love is a mystery, girl, let's get inside it. We found love.
Ben and Chris! Well done, well done. Now, I really feel for you guys. You're in a difficult situation. One of you as the panel, one is you as the audience support. To get further, you need both. You really do. So let's see how you're doing tonight. Let's go to Bill first. Talk to me about these guys. What did you think?
Chris, last week was horrible, and there's no one in this studio tonight more qualified to say you've got to put the pain of defeat behind you. And you did. You did. I thought you tried a bit too hard. Totally understandable. You're doing it for your friends, your family, those who love you. I pray that the audience out there know how good you are, because we do. Ben, you cracked it. You got rid of the pain, you got rid of the facials, you stopped acting cool, and I'll tell you what, you were cool. I don't care if you haven't got the greatest voice in the world. You could be a Joseph, because you have got a smile, a talent, and you give it. Well done, well done.
Good, evolved reviews from Bill. John, do you agree?
I do somewhat. Chris, you've been ill, I know, this week, and you had a bad week last week, but you've bounced back. I thought you were a little tentative. I wanted to see you. Bill thinks you gave too much. I didn't think you gave enough, okay? But it's up for the audience to decide. But welcome back. Stop the crying now, okay?
Yeah.
Ben, I couldn't put my finger on why I like you so much, right? And I've just figured it out tonight.
John.
That was the best performance you have done this series. And you know what it is I like about you? Because you love to perform, and that really showed that you love it. And I hope both of you are here for a long time.
Okay, high praise. Andrew, they've a lot to do. Have they done enough?
Yeah, I'm going to start with Ben. I mean, you did us so much better tonight, and that was the best performance you've done for us. I'm so glad you're on the programme. So that's fabulous. And Chris, I mean, very much the best too. What worries me hugely about you playing Joseph, though, is that you do go to pieces and you get so terrified. You were so petrified on Wednesday when we worked with you that it really, really worries me what would happen when you suddenly see a big stage, a big theatre and a big audience. That's my reservation.
Can I just say, Andrew, I respect everything you say, but I have to disagree. I'm sorry, I've just had a really tough week this week, but I promise you, if the public keep me in, I won't...
Well, you've got a big audience tonight, and well done, both of you.
Thank you.
Okay. Remember, the lines are open. If you don't want your favourite Joseph to be the first to go home later, you have to vote now. Call 09011 2120, then add 05 if you want Chris to stay, or 06 if you want to keep Ben out of that sing-off. Okay, double elimination isn't the only surprise the Josephs have received this week. They also had an extra little surprise, and I do mean little.
Josephs, today is the mission day. In these boxes we have sent you is a clue to the mission.
It's Loincloth week this week. It's Minsko.
One size fits all. More of that later, or should I say less? Our next Josephs are the most experienced performers in this competition, and you could say the most ambitious. Here's Daniel and Lee.
It's really kicked in. This is a competition. It's about raising your game and working hard.
That's how it should be done when it comes to acting.
My main competitor is Lee. The panel adore him. You know, I am slightly threatened by that.
At this stage in the game, all the guys are competition, but if I'm being completely honest, I think Daniel's going to be my big competition. I think I've got the right look for the part. My voice sits perfectly for the part. I just think I'd be a great Joseph.
I don't know whether Lee is a better actor than me. He's just finished in Phantom of the Opera. But I too have been in the West End. I've understudied Russell Watson in The War of the Worlds, and I've been in several UK tours of various musicals.
If I'm going to win this part, I'm not going to worry about anyone else. I just try and stay focused and keep my eye on the goal.
I think Daniel has by far and away the best voice in the competition.
I think my voice is my strongest asset, and I think if anything is going to knock Lee off the pedestal he's on at the moment, I think it's going to be that.
It's Dreamcoats at Dawn. Performing first is aspiring actor Daniel. He'll be crooning The Lady's a Tramp from the musical Paldoe. After him is the understudy from Southend, Lee. He's singing I Don't Want to Talk About It from the musical Tonight's the Night. Could Daniel or Lee be your Joseph? Who knows? Here's Daniel.
She gets too hungry for dinner at 8. She loves the theater and never comes late. She never bothers people she'd hate. That's why the lady is a tramp. Doesn't like rap games with barons and earls. Won't go to Harlem in ermine and pearls. Wanted to turn with the rest of the girls. That's why the lady is a tramp. She likes the free, fresh wind in her hair. Life without care. She's broke and it's broken. It's California, it's cold and it's down. That's why the lady is a tramp. She likes the free, fresh wind in her hair. Life without care. She's broken and it's broken. It's California, it's cold and it's down. That's why the lady, yeah, that's why the lady, that's why the lady is a tramp.
I can tell by your eyes that you've probably been crying forever. And the stars in the sky don't mean nothing to you, they're a mirror. I don't wanna talk about it, how you broke my heart. If I stay here just a little bit longer, if I stay here, won't you listen to my heart? Oh, my heart. I don't wanna talk about it, how you broke my heart. If I stay here just a little bit longer, if I stay here, won't you listen to my heart?
Lee and Daniel! Very good. Well done, guys. I can only apologise for giving you such a sleepy Josephine. I don't know what's wrong with it. Now, you have both appeared in the West End, which, on one level, I suppose, gives you an edge, but how does it affect the attitude of the other Josephs to you?
I think people may think that there's a segregation because we've got more experience, but we're all mucking in together, and it's, you know.
I mean, none of us have auditioned in front of Andrew and in front of 7 million people, so, you know, it's a new experience for all of us, really.
All right, well, let's see what the panel think. Denise, you've been a fan of both of these guys. How are you feeling tonight?
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm glad you started with me. I thought I was going to burst. OK, first of all, Daniel, I think a very, very polished performance, fantastic vocal. It is time to make some noise for Daniel Boyd. Very good. Now, Lee, I was a little surprised because vocally tonight you went flat a couple of times during the song. I know you've had some problems with your throat. However, there's no getting away from it. You're an absolute superstar. I loved you both tonight. Very, very good.
Bill, do you agree?
You know, Daniel, I was worried when I heard you were singing this song because I've always thought you had the greatest voice, but I was worried about the performance aspect. The song took you to another height. You nailed that song, and you won everyone over tonight. Well done.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you so much.
Lee, there is nothing more thrilling, believe me, for a producer to see a song beautifully performed. That was perfection to me. I thought he's losing his voice. I thought he's going to slip it, he's going to blow it. I thought you were going to go bigger, and you didn't. You kept that wonderful truth you have. A song about 2 broken hearts, not just one. You have broken so many millions of hearts tonight.
All right, thanks a lot, Bill. Andrew, the thing is, great reviews again from the panel. We know these guys are good, but they've got to be right. Are they right for the role?
Well, just first, can I just say how fantastic it is to have Nigel Wright and our wonderful live band?
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, every single song live and so many changes of style. At which point I get to say how fantastic it was both of you took on songs sung by famous people. Sinatra, OK, I was worried. Ladies of Tramp was probably one of his best-known songs. You did it brilliantly. Lee, well, come on, you Rod Stewarted, didn't you? I mean, it was fantastic tonight. And you didn't do that obvious thing of go for the money note. You acted it, which I think is fantastic. I really agree with Bill all the way along the line.
OK, fantastic reviews. But soon, the 2 least popular Josephs with you at home you'll face our first sing-off. Call 090112120 and add 07 if you want to keep Daniel out of danger, or add 08 if you want to see Lee stay in the competition. The lines are open for all our Josephs, so get dialing for your favourite. Up next, the two young Scots, who both want to make that big move to Theatreland, but before they do, they've got a lot to prove to the panel. It's Keith and Craig.
Your diction is terrible. It's not because you're Scottish. It's about clarity of your words.
This week I'd say John is the person that I want to prove. He can understand what I say when I sing.
You've been given a gift with that great voice that you've got, and the fact of the matter is, it's no good to anybody if we can't understand you.
Remember when rock was young.
I want you to do every word like this. I remember when rock was young. You have to think of it being in this part of your mouth. Musicals are about telling a story. If you can't understand what you're saying, there's no point. And that is why you must get this right.
Remember when...
No. Attack it. How can you forget what I've just told you 10 minutes ago?
I'm going to try so hard and improve, and hopefully I won't be one of the ones gone home.
Craig, I need to see that spark, because OK won't cut it.
You have to pull it out the bag on this live show, otherwise you're going to be gone.
Perhaps you're right. I have been holding back a little bit. I'm just scared they might think I've gone over the top and gone back to being cabaret, and maybe not right for Joseph.
Now I'm back and not ashamed to cry.
Overdo it. Overdo it all the time. Let them know you are having the best time of your life.
Signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours.
Nothing wrong with cabaret. Believe me, there's nothing wrong with cabaret.
On Saturday, I'm going to take Bill's advice and really go for it, even though it is a risk. I just hope he's right.
They're putting everything on the line. Time to meet the McJosephs. First up is Braveheart Keith. He'll be getting his teeth into the Elton John classic, Crocodile Rock. Following him is Edinburgh Club entertainer Craig. He's performing Signed, Sealed, Delivered, but will he deliver tonight? Could Keith or Craig be your Joseph? I'll keep asking till you tell me. Here's Keith.
I remember when rock was young. Me and Susie had so much fun, holding hands and singing songs. Had an old Chevy and a place of my own, but the biggest kick I ever got was when a thing called the Crocodile Rock. While the other kids were rocking around the car, we were hopping and bopping through the Crocodile Rock. Well, rockin' is something shocking when your feet just can't sit. I never knew me a better time, and I guess I never will. Oh, Lolly Mama, it's Friday nights when Susie wore her dresses tight, and the clock rocking was out of the side. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Well, crocodile rocking is something shocking when your feet just can't keep still. I never knew me a better time, and I guess I never will. Oh, Lolly Mama, Friday night when Susie wore her dresses tight, and the crocodile rocking was out of the sight. Oh yeah, baby, like a fool I went and stayed too long. Now I'm wondering if your love's still strong. Ooh, baby, here I am, signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours. Ooh, then that time I went to say goodbye. Now I'm back and not ashamed to cry. Ooh, baby, here I am, signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours. Here I am, baby, oh, signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours. Here I am, baby, oh, signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours. I've done a lot of foolish things that I really didn't mean. Ooh, seen a lot of things in this old world. When I touch them there, you nothing, girl. Ooh, baby, here I am, signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours, yeah. Here I am, baby, oh, signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours. Here I am, baby, oh, signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours.
Craig and Keith! Well done! Very good. Come and join me. Oh, right. Oh, a lot of love in the house. Now, key thing is, we're 3 weeks into this now. It is a competition. Who do you think of as your main competition?
Well, there's 8 guys there and 1 guy here, but I'd say Daniel Boys would be the best.
Okay, Daniel. And Craig, last week both John and Denise picked up on this lack of spark. Now, you make a living kind of entertaining people in clubs, so did that come as a kind of a shock, that comment?
Yeah, it hurt a little bit, but I have been holding back, as I said, and, you know, hopefully I was a bit more myself tonight and really let go and enjoyed it. So.
All right, well, let's see if you've turned a corner. John, harsh comments from both of them last week. Did they take note?
Hurrah, they took the note. Keith, you've worked hard. It was a hard week, and it paid off. Your diction now matches your voice. It was fantastic. But, now we got to work a little more on your movement, okay? It was still good, Craig. Now, finally, I see the Craig that I've wanted to see for the past few weeks. You're in that egg, and finally you're coming out of your shell. Thank goodness. I want you to be in this competition for a lot longer. You've got more to give.
All right, now, Denise, you're nodding. I guess you agree.
I totally agree with John, but I think that as far as with the dancing with Keith, I don't see it as a problem. I think you move well. And
I don't see it as a problem. I just think sometimes he looks a little awkward when he does it.
Do you?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Audience, what do you think? I think he looks fantastic. Let's not forget we're auditioning for Joseph, not Billy Elliot.
Okay. Well, that's what the audience think. Let's find out what the Lord thinks. Talk to us about the Scots.
Hey, we're talking about dance. What about the Josephines? Aren't they fabulous?
Yeah.
Keith, my poor boy. What must you be thinking? I remember when rock was young. Were you thinking about Bill Kenwright and myself? I mean, we're the only people who can remember that. You did very, very well with the song that must have been very difficult for you. And you also did move very well, I think. And you did make great sense of the lyrics. And you brought the house down tonight. So bravo, well done.
Thank you.
Very, very, very good. Craig, you know, it's only about mannerisms. I mean, watch the show tonight when you get home, and you're still using some of those cabaret mannerisms, but you're losing them show by show. So, again, a very good performance.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very good. Okay. Thank you, Andrew. Well done, guys. Time is running out. To keep your favourite out of our first sing-off, call 090 112120 and add 09 if you think Keith should be Joseph, or add 10 if you think Craig has what it takes. Calls cost 25 pence from a BT landline. Other operators and mobiles may vary. At least 12p is split equally between Children in Need and the Musical Theatre Bursary. Here's a reminder of all 10 performances with the numbers you need to dial.
You make a grown man cry. Straight out the oil, the gasoline. I walk through the ride of mean machine. Now I'll never dance with another. Ooh, when I saw her standing there. Pretty woman, I couldn't help but see. Pretty woman, don't you look ugly as can be? Are you only just like me? And have a little patience, yeah. Have a little patience, yeah. Tell her about it. Tell her all your crazy dreams. Let her know you need her. Let her know how much it means. Tell her about it. You found love, so don't fight it. Life is a roller coaster, just gotta ride it. In California, it's cold and it's damp. That's why the lady, yeah, that's why the lady is a tramp. If I stay here just a little bit longer, if I stay here, won't you listen to my heart? Oh, Lolly Mama, Friday night, when Susie wore her dresses tight and the crocodile rock was out of the sight. Oh, Santa seals the liver, I know. Here I am, baby. Oh, Santa seals the liver, I know.
Time is ticking away, and there's only a minute left to go. vote. Don't forget, for all the latest gossip on our Joseph, you can log on to our website, bbc.co.uk/Joseph, and download our fantastic podcast there too. Now, remember the loincloths earlier? That was the first surprise for the Josephs. Let's see what the next one was.
My initial reaction is that I'm wearing a nappy.
I'm a bit paranoid about the old love handles and things.
I always walk around the house naked, so it's no change for me.
Welcome to Loincloth, Anne.
Just when they thought it couldn't get any worse, Andrew's invited their moms.
Seeing our sons with next to nothing on, all the mums are a bit mixed feelings.
This was at my 40th birthday party. You can see he's got quite a nice pair of pecs.
I think Chris has got a good body for a loincloth, yeah. Ask me later.
When Lewis comes out there on the stage and sees me, I just hope he can hold it together and stay focused, and I don't put him off in any way.
More of that later tonight at 10:15. You don't want to miss it. It even made me blush. Now, lines have temporarily frozen. Please don't call until we reopen them at the end of this show. If you do, your vote won't be counted and you will be charged, and we wouldn't want that, would we? OK, before we reveal the results and find out what you think, let's get the panel's opinion. Panel, based on tonight's performances, who for you is Joseph? Zoe.
For me, it's Keith.
Phil.
Between two, it's Lee.
Denise.
Daniel Boys.
John.
I'm making noise for Daniel Boys.
Okay. Only 9 Josephs can go through to our show later. Someone's dreams are about to come to an end. Okay. Your votes have been counted and verified, and I have the results right here. The 2 Josephs with the lowest number of votes so far this evening will have to perform in front of Andrew to stay in the competition. Chris, Seamus, Daniel, and Keith. Congratulations, you could all still be Joseph. Lewis, Rob, and Lee. You're also through to our second show. Please come down. Craig, Ben, and Anthony. Craig, Ben, and Anthony. 2 of you are in real danger and will be singing in front of Andrew. 1 of you is safe. Craig, you're in the sing-off. Wait where you are. Ben and Anthony, there's only 1 guaranteed place left. Ben, you're in luck. You could still be Joseph. Go and join the others. Which means, Anthony, I'm sorry, you are in the sing-off. Craig and Anthony, you 2 are the least popular Josephs with our viewers at home tonight. And I can reveal, if it were down to viewers' votes alone, the Joseph who would be out of the competition right now is Craig. But, Craig, you still have a chance, as Andrew may decide to save you. You will now have to perform Everything I Do by Bryan Adams and make this the performance of your life. Andrew, why this song?
Great lyrics again, and it's a love song. You must convey that love tonight.
All right. Remember, Andrew will be watching both of you very, very closely. Anthony, you will be singing first, then Craig. Here, singing Everything I Do to win Andrew Lloyd Webber's casting vote and stay in the competition. It's Anthony and Craig!
Look into my eyes, you will see what you mean to me. Search your heart, search your soul, and when you find me there, you'll search no more. Don't tell me it's not worth trying for. You can't tell me it's not worth dying for. You know it's true. Everything I do it for you. Look into my heart, you will find there's nothing there to hide. Take me as I am, take my life. I would give it all, I would sacrifice. Don't tell me it's not worth fighting for. I can't help it, there's nothing I want more. You know it's true. Everything I do it for you. Yeah, I fight for you. I lie for you. Walk the wild for you. Yeah, I die for you. You know it's true. Everything I do, oh, I do it for you.
Anthony and Craig. Okay. The first time for both of you in the sing-off. You've done a great job, but for one of you, it wasn't enough. Andrew, you must now decide.
Well,
Anthony or Craig, who will you save?
This is so difficult. I was looking at my panel then, because they were both great performances. But I think tonight, just on balance, I'm going to save Craig.
Well done, Craig. Go and join the others. Well done. Anthony, I'm so sorry. You've been fantastic. You've been our baby Joseph. You've done a great job. Are you surprised tonight you've ended up here?
No, I expected it.
Oh, I'm so sorry you have. Andrew, why Anthony over Craig?
Well, you've got so much future ahead of you, and you were really singing very well tonight. You really have. But at the end of the day, I have to come back to what I was saying at the beginning of the programme. I worry about what would happen at the end of the day if you were doing 8 shows a week in the West End. But one day you will.
We have every confidence of it, Anthony. You know what's coming. It's time to hand back your dream coat. Okay, off you go. Anthony, ladies and gentlemen. The lines have now reopened. Join me again at 10:15 when we reveal who's next to crash out of the competition. Plus, our Josephs bear all in their most daring mission ever. But for now, it's time to say goodbye to Anthony.
Poor Joseph, what you gonna do? Things look bad for you. Hey, what you gonna do? Close every door to me. Hide all the world from me. Bar all the windows and shut out the light. If my life were important, I would ask, will I live or die? But I know the answers lie far from this world.
So there you have it. Anthony is not Joseph. Join us later at 10:15. Another Joseph's going home. Get voting. We'll see you at 10:15. Anthony! In the next half hour, another Joseph will leave the competition for good. Anthony's gone. Who will be the next Joseph to have the door closed on him? Only the Lord can save them now.
I close my eyes. Next.
The vote lines are still open, and what a night it's turning out to be. So far, Anthony has left the competition, and the prospect of Craig having to sing in front of Andrew for the second time this evening could turn into an awful reality. Here's what's been happening whilst you've been away.
I'm going to save Craig.
And you're going to be on the West End stage.
I want to stay in here so much, and I really, really hope people can help me stay here. I just want it so much, you know.
Come on, Scotland, get your votes in.
It's certainly been an emotional night so far. Coming up later, we'll be seeing how all our Josephs coped in that loincloth mission. And stand by for another spectacular group performance. Let's welcome back the panel. John Barrowman, Denise Van Houten, Phil Kenwright, Zoe Tyler, and the Lord who moves in mysterious ways, Andrew Lloyd Webber. Oh, I think it was the fish. All your votes cast earlier this evening will be carried over. Calls cost 25p, at least 12p is split equally between Children in Need and the Musical Theatre Bursary. Check the website for details. Still deciding who to vote for. Here's a reminder of our remaining Joseph's performances with the numbers you need to call.
Great talent, a great voice, a great look. You're going to be around in this competition for a long time. You are so special.
But for too long, I fell in love with her. Now I'll never...
For a 17-year-old, you are a frightening, frightening talent.
I wish all my singing pupils progressed as quickly and as fast and as furious as you.
I pray that the audience out there know how good you are, because we do.
To accept that you're free. If I'm love, so don't fight.
That was the best performance you have done this series.
I'm just glad I've convinced them that I can do it as well. It's an amazing feeling.
Can't you feel my and it's cold? It's California, it's cold and it's down. That's why the lady, yeah.
It is time to make some noise for the Daniel boys.
I don't wanna talk about it. How you broke my heart.
You've broken so many millions of hearts tonight.
If I stay here just a little bit longer. Well, Queen of Rock gave me something shocking when your feet just can't get it. I never knew.
It was fantastic.
Oh, it was brilliant. I'm buzzing.
Mama, Friday night when Susie wore her
Finally, you're coming out of your shell. Thank goodness.
Here I am, baby, on Saturday, deliver,
What a night of fantastic performances. And remember, your vote is the vote that could make the difference. The pressure's certainly on, and there are some people that understand the pressure of this kind of competition more than others. Isn't that right, Zoe Tyler? Zoe?
I'm sorry?
You understand the pressure of performing in a competition, don't you?
Yes, I do. Oh,
Yes,
no.
you do. From Kings Norton in Birmingham and singing Out Here on My Own, opportunity knocked for 18-year-old Zoe Tyler.
Baby, strong to me. Baby, belong to me. Help me need you.
Reese.
Oh, my God. That's just nasty.
I'm sorry. But so Zoe, we know you went on to bigger and better things, and not just your hair. Sadly, the dress was never seen again. Zoe, did you win? Did you win?
I came second, actually.
Oh, Zoe.
So I know how these guys feel. I can't believe you showed that. Oh, my God.
You look good. In just a moment, our Josephs will be performing their special group number. Now, Andrew, this week, the boys got a taste of what it's like to work in the West End, because they went to see We Will Rock You. Why did you send them there?
Well, because my friend Ben Elton was involved with that as well, but I thought that they had to go and see what a real musical's like in the West End. As I said earlier, you know, in the first programme, I was worried about them last week, and I thought that they perhaps didn't realise how tough it was. And I got really quite angry with them. And they came up such a notch tonight. I'm very proud of them. Maybe they rocked. We Will Rock You.
Well, let's see how they got on in the West End.
London's West End. Ultimately, this is where one of the Josephs will step out to an audience of thousands. And after a tough week in training, what better way to remind them of what they're striving for than a trip to the theatre to see We Will Rock You.
We will rock you.
It was a fantastic example of how just to get there on stage and totally, you know, give it everything.
I want to be in We Will Rock You now. Screw Joseph, I'm on.
After taking in the show, the boys were invited backstage to meet the cast.
Hiya. Hello. How are you doing? We were well excited, though, that you were in tonight. Yeah, because we're like, yeah, the Joseph thread, like, yeah, the Joseph thread, and everyone's like really like giving it. You're really top notes, aren't you? A lot of you might feel that you're losing your voice because you're getting very nervous and very tense. You're going, no, seriously, I can't do it. And if you just relax, so often it's just.
I think you're brilliant, man. I'm fascinated by you.
It's lovely.
It gives you a real drive when you come and see other people do it, and it's just fantastic.
I just want to be on that stage now, and oh, this is such a buzz.
After seeing how the pros do it, I think we're all ready to rock the house.
Yes! So, will they rock you? Here performing the Queen classic, One Vision, it's our Josephs!
A dream of sweet illusion, a glimpse of hope and unity, and visions of one sweet union. And a cold wind blows, and a dark rain falls. My heart explodes. Look what they've done to my dream. One flesh, one hope, one true religion, one voice, one hope, one real decision. Give me one life, give me one hope, give me. One vision.
Whoa! One vision, only one Joseph. The lines have now closed. Please don't call us, you will be charged and your vote won't be registered. Now, whilst we count your votes, let's find out how our Josephs fared in their mission this week. Andrew dealt them a triple whammy, performing the toughest scene from Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat in front of their mothers in just a loincloth.
Earlier this week, the boys got a surprise gift, their first small piece of Joseph attire, the loincloth.
I'm a bit paranoid about the old love handles and things.
We always walk around the house naked, so it's no change for me.
And who better to help Andrew check out the loincloth talent than Denise?
Wow! Hello, boys.
Ooh.
Wow.
Andrew, first of all, can I just say thank you for inviting me to be on the panel? What we want you to really, really focus on is the acting and the scene that you're going to play out today in front of us.
You're most exposed, and then you face Pharaoh. Chained and bound, afraid alone, Joseph stood before the throne. My service to Pharaoh has begun. Tell me your story, mighty one.
The Joseph you choose will have to perform this scene in front of thousands. But to break them in slowly, unknown to the boys, Andrew's invited his own distraction, their moms.
I'm sure Anthony will have no problem whatsoever showing his body off. He'll be absolutely fine.
I think Rob will absolutely love being on stage in a long cloth. When Lewis comes out there on the stage and sees me, I just hope he can hold it together and stay focused. He'll definitely give the other boys a run for the money.
First up is Keith, who still has no idea his mom, Irene, is waiting on the stage.
What a surprise.
Come on, Keith, she's seen it all before. Anthony doesn't seem phased at all.
Hey, Anthony.
Hello, it's me, Anthony.
My. You look good.
Down go.
Noble king, there is no doubt what your dreams are all about. All these things you saw in your pajamas are a long-range forecast for your farmers. But who this man
The Josephs seem to be rising to the challenge.
don't know.
Well done, Rob. Thank you, Dean.
Thank you.
Well, some of them.
The future doesn't look so bright. It's just luck. You don't understand. Across the land and none.
A small child could learn that quicker than they have.
Just hope it doesn't spoil my chances.
The pressure of the loincloth, the moms, Andrew and Denise, has all taken its toll on the boys.
Seamus.
What's gone wrong?
The lyrics. I've forgotten the lyrics.
Yeah, I realise that.
Yeah.
That was fairly obvious. That's great for now. We'll see you on Saturday.
Okay. Thank you.
If he doesn't know, as a singing teacher, that you've got to set an example to your students and your kids, well then, he's not a Joseph for me.
I was disappointed that he forgot his words, you know, and as Sir Andrew said, well, at this stage they shouldn't forget their words.
After that, the fields are... Sorry.
Chris.
It's just not like me at all. I've just had a bad week.
But that still doesn't mean to say that you couldn't know the words.
Today's just probably the day that's met my career.
The awful truth is that you see that, you know, it's going to be very, very difficult when you suddenly see the inside of a major West End theatre. We always thought that the boys would be tougher than the Marias, but they're not. I think these guys need to kind of sharpen up.
And get ready for more tears. It's time to ask the panel, based on tonight's performances, who was not Joseph? Zoe.
Craig.
Bill.
So much not for talent, but suitability, Rob.
Denise.
Chris B.
John.
Raw talent, bricks and mortar, Rob.
Well, that's what the panel think, but do you agree? You didn't last week. 9 Josephs left, but there are only 7 guaranteed places in next week's live show. Another Joseph's West End dreams are about to end. All your votes have been counted and verified. I will now announce the results in no particular order. Daniel. Congratulations, you could still be Joseph. Keith. You're also safe. Well done. Rob. You could also still be Joseph, join the others. Lee. You're also through to next week. Lewis. You could still be Joseph. Off you go. Chris. Congratulations, you could still be Joseph. Well done. Please come down. Seamus, Craig, and Ben. Two of you were the least popular with our viewers at home and will be in tonight's sing-off. But one of you is safe. Ben. I'm sorry you are in the sing-off. Wait where you are. Seamus and Craig. Only one guaranteed place left in next week's show, and there's only one place left in the sing-off. Seamus, you're in the sing-off. Which means, Craig, you could still be Joseph. Congratulations. Go and join the others. So, Seamus and Ben, you two are the least popular Josephs. Now, one of you received the lowest amount of votes tonight, and if it were down to viewers' votes alone, I can reveal that Joseph, who would be going home now, is Seamus. But Seamus, there is still hope, as Andrew may decide to save you. To stay in the competition, you must now perform the Hollies classic, He Ain't Heavy, He's My Brother. It's a song you've all been rehearsing. None of you wanted to sing it. Andrew, what are you going to be looking for here?
Once again, it's acting the song, making a great deal of emotion out of that lyric. It's an emotional lyric. Go for it, boys.
Andrew will be watching both of you very, very closely. Seamus, you will begin the sing-off, and then Ben. Here, singing He Ain't Heavy, He's My Brother, to impress Andrew Lloyd Webber and win his casting vote. It's Seamus and Ben.
Is long, with many a winding turn that leads us to who knows where, who knows where. But I'm strong, strong enough to carry. He's my brother. So on we go. His welfare is my concern. No burden is he to bear. We'll get there. For I know he would not encumber me. He ain't heavy, he's my brother.
That was an extraordinary sing-off. An absolutely brilliant job, well done. But unbelievably, for one of you, it wasn't enough. Andrew, you've got to decide. Seamus or Ben? Who will you save?
The plot thickens. This Joseph competition. What an extraordinary sing-off. I asked for emotion, and I got it. But at the end of the day, I thought, great as the performances were, both of you, tonight I'm going to save Ben.
Congratulations, Ben. You want to go and join the others? Seamus? Come on! Seamus, it was a shock. It was a shock that you were in the bottom two, and now you're out of the competition. Are you surprised? You must be surprised.
Yeah, well, it's conspiracy theory.
Wait, Andrew, why did you say Ben rather than Seamus?
Well, Ben really came through with his vocal performance tonight. I saw the audience and the reaction to the panel. There's no question. But I'd like to say one thing, because I'm surprised, Seamus, that you've gone tonight too. Really surprised. And there's one thing, I mean, OK, you're the oldest person in the competition. You deserve to go further. There's some reason, somewhere, somehow, that you haven't. But you, tonight must make this a stepping stone to really do it.
Seamus, I'm sorry you're not Joseph. You know what's coming. OK, so there you have it. Seamus is not Joseph, and now just 8 boys remain. That's all for tonight. Join me again next Saturday at 7:45 here on BBC One. Once again, our Josephs will be battling it out for the chance to become Andrew's next leading man. But for now, I leave you with Seamus to say goodnight. See you next week.
Oh, Joseph, what you gonna do? Things look bad for you. Hey, what you gonna do? Close every door to me. Hide all the world from me. Bar all the windows and shut out the light. If my life were important, I would ask, will I live or die? But I know the answers lie far from this world. Close every door to me. Keep those I love from me. Children of Israel are never alone. For I know we shall find our own peace of mind. Nothing in a field out of town when I just never beautiful is a corner. Oh yeah, they were right, they were rude, and you guessed it right behind them. They were still another years and pretending and so on. Well, the bad one ain't the good one, and they came up from behind, yes they did. Oh yeah, now those of you the punchline, it's really gonna blow your mind, baby. Flip your lip. Well, the bad one was as bad as it ever is. Well, this dream has got me on to go and treat it out. Tell me what it means. Hey, 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 Joseph, oh, the devil of Pharaoh. What does this crazy mean?
Josephs, everybody. Now, an Elvis-inspired number there, but which of our Josephs will be leaving the building tonight? The plot thickens. With just 8 boys left to choose from, your decision is about to get harder. And later on this evening in our results show, the dreaded sing-off beckons for the 2 least popular Josephs. Andrew will only be able to save one of them. The other will be knocked out of the competition. Your vote is becoming more crucial. So if you want your favourite to stay, you really must pick up the phone when the lines open at the end of the show. Here, once again, to help solve your casting queries, please welcome the panel. The vocal coach with a freshly sharpened tongue, Zoe Tyler. Theatre producer and Everton chairman, Bill Kenwright. West End and Broadway babe, Denise Van Outen. Doctor Who star, John Barrowman. And of course, Phantom Lloyd Webber, it's Andrew. Andrew, this is it. We're at the halfway stage in the competition. It's a crucial stage. Last week, I know you were very kind of angry and frustrated by the Josephs. How are you feeling now?
Well, I'm fine, but we've got to remember it's not a singing contest, this. It's about a musical in which somebody's going to be on the stage for 2 hours entertaining us. Joseph is virtually never off stage. So Everybody at home, and we've got to remember that if you're fed up with that Joseph after 20 minutes, it's no good complaining. It's no good saying, mother-in-law bought the tickets and I'm out of here. Absolutely no point. We've got to choose the right Joseph, and it's got to be a Joseph that you really feel you could live with in that theatre for 2 hours.
Okay, well, with the stress of a double elimination last week, the pressure's starting to build. But is it affecting our Josephs? No, they're just one big happy family.
It's all suddenly hitting us that this is a competition.
The competition is really, really tense now.
If people didn't vote for me, they would be making a mistake.
I don't believe Chris has the maturity to be Joseph. Whereas with me, I'm real, I'm fresh, and I bring something that's original.
I know for a fact if I won this, I'd put on a good show, and I wouldn't let them down. Why take a risk? You may as well put someone who's had experience and who knows what they're doing.
I've got the youthfulness, I've got the stamina, I've got the innocence Joseph has, and I've got the voice. Keith basically to me has a very operatic voice, and I don't believe he has the right look for Joseph. Yeah, he's got a good voice, but he hasn't got the charisma, that certain quality that I think Joseph needs.
If people aren't voting for Ben now, then I don't see that they're going to go and see Ben as Joseph.
I'm here to stay. I've been doing this since I was 8 years old. I'm ready to be Joseph.
He's just too vulnerable within himself. He takes things too much to heart.
Just because Lee's more experienced than I am doesn't mean that he's best.
I don't know how the guys perceive me, but to be frank, I don't care. I should be Joseph.
Joseph.
Ooh, it's like the Brady Bunch, isn't it? As we know, Joseph wore a brightly coloured coat and had amazing superpowers. Notably, he could see into the future. That's the dreaming bit, okay, following? Now, he predicted 7 years of bumper crops, he predicted the fall of Egypt, but he could never have predicted in his wildest dreams that Anthony and Seamus would have been knocked out of the competition last week. What a shock! I'm shocked. Our first 2 Josephs tonight survived last week's sing-off, but can they survive another week? It's Ben and Craig.
I'm going to save Ben.
Andrew saving me twice is amazing, but alarm bells are starting to ring. The public aren't believing in me, and if I go next week, then I can't come away thinking I've done a good job.
A familiar story for one Maria, who was saved 4 times, but still made it to the final.
The girl who I'm going to save is Helena.
I feel like I'm being put up to be knocked down every Saturday night. I feel like I'm up against everything, really.
Joseph is the ultimate prize, but every week, every time you stay in, is also that gift.
Things kind of make me feel really insecure and really small.
You're a professional, you're a performer. Your job is to keep going, regardless. And I tell you what, it's made me so strong. I'm a stronger person for it.
Thank you. Thank you for your time. Even though I've been in the bottom 2 twice, I feel encouraged by what Helena has said to me because, as she should, there's still hope.
You 2 are the least popular Josephs.
I don't think he deserved to be in the bottom 2. There was more than one Joseph weaker than Craig.
My mum. What can I say about my mum?
You know, when he's on stage, I just want to hear more from him than anybody else.
They're always going to be biased a little bit, I think, my parents.
We are Craig's biggest fans.
They definitely fight my corner.
Since he's been on Joseph, we've had all these extra photographs taken.
It means a lot for my parents, obviously.
He's always looking at us, he's always saying, hi Mum, hi Dad.
I think it actually means equally as much to them because they really want to see me do well.
Can you see Craig as being Joseph?
Well, if Craig wins... When Craig wins? Yeah, when Craig wins, sorry. I feel Craig is the perfect package. Obviously, I'm his mother.
Very good. Hi, Mum. Hi, Dad. Hi, Mum. Hi, Dad. Andrew. Now, Andrew and Tim Rice wrote the musical Joseph way back in 1967. So to celebrate its continued success, our boys will be performing great songs from the last 4 decades. Now, Ben is performing Addicted to Love, and Craig is singing December 1963 brackets Oh What a Night. What do you need to see from these 2?
Well, I think from Ben, we've got to know that I saved him, therefore I invested in him, if you like.
Yes.
He's got to really prove he can sing and show that he is addicted to love. With Craig, we've got to know that he's doing a musical, and it's not Life is a Cabaret Old Chum. We've really got to see that he can tell the story of Oh What a Night, because there is a story in there. I worked with him, all the boys this week. Let's see.
All right. Well, don't forget, if you're a digital viewer and want to sing along with Ben, Craig, and all our other Josephs, hit the red button now for all the lyrics. OK, let's bring on the Josephs. Bouncing back after his near defeat last week, it's Ben. Twice in the sing-off, he's hoping it won't be 3rd time unlucky. Following him is Craig. This crowd stop will be singing a Frankie Valli classic from the Broadway musical Jersey Boys. Could Ben or Craig be your Joseph? Here's Ben.
But you're not home. Your mind is not your own. Your heart sweats and body shakes. Another kid is what it takes. You can't sleep, no, you can't eat. There's no doubt you're in deep. Your throat is tight, you can't breathe. Another kid is all you need. Won't you let me
You know you're gonna have to face it, you're addicted to love. Might as well face it, you're addicted to love. Might as well face it, you're addicted to love. Might as well face it, you're addicted to love. Might as well face it, you're addicted to love. The lights are on, oh, but you're not home. Your will is not your own. Your heart swims, your teeth will grind. Another kiss, and you'll be mine. Whoa, it's closer to the truth. You say you can't get enough. You know you're gonna have to face it. You're addicted to love. Might as well face it. You're addicted to love. Might as well face it. You're addicted to love. Might as well face it. You're addicted to love. Might as well face it. You're addicted to love. Oh, what a night. Late December back in '63. What a very special time for me. As I remember, what a night. Oh, what a night. You know I didn't even know her name, but I was never gonna be the same. What a lady, what a night. I got a funny feeling when she walked in the room, and as I recall, it ended much too soon. Whoa, oh, what a night, hypnotizing, mesmerizing me. She was everything I dreamed she'd be. Sweet surrender, what a night. I felt a rush like a rolling ball of thunder, spinning my head around and taking my body under. Oh, what a night. Oh, what a night. Oh, what a night. Oh, what a night.
Oh, Craig and Ben, ladies and gentlemen. Well done, guys. Great start to the show. Now, poor old Ben, you're now a veteran of 2 sing-offs. Do you think you can emulate Helena from last year's Maria's show and make it all the way to the final?
Well, I hope I can do one better, Graham. But also, I'd just like to say that, you know, I'm here every week, I'm picking myself up, I'm getting on with what I have to do, and I'm not going away yet.
Well done, you. And Craig, do you feel you really kind of owe Andrew for saving your bacon last week?
Yeah, I was really grateful that Andrew saved me, and, you know, to repay that, I've just worked as hard as I possibly can on turning my weaknesses into strengths, so I just really hope I can do that and repay the faith, so.
Well, I'm finding it hard to take you seriously, because I can see your family behind you with their masks. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. Now, let's go to the panel. Zoe, the viewers put both these guys in the bottom 2 last week. Vocally, do they have what it takes to be Joseph?
Okay, let me start with Ben. Ben, apart from hitting 2 really bum notes, you have worked hard, and your pitch is so much better than it ever used to be. And I think, you know, we've got 4 weeks left. You have the most amazing star quality. In 4 weeks, I'm confident I can turn you into Joseph. You know, it was a sexy song. You performed it sexily, addicted to love. You know, I think I'm getting addicted to Ben. Craig, vocally you were better than Ben, but you still sometimes... your star quality, you know, I can compare it to sometimes a sack of spuds. You know, I still need you to go that extra mile and give me that star quality. And sometimes what I'm scared of is I don't know whether it's there or not.
Okay, let's go on to Bill. I'm guessing he's in a good mood today after Evidence victory. So is it just going to be bouquets all round tonight, or what do you think of that?
Craig, I've got to find the right words. I've got to find the right words to help you. The eyes are opening, you're relaxing, you've got a great voice. But I've got to get that edge out from you. You've got to get out of the comfort zone. We've talked about it. Do it for your mum. She's out there for serious. I'm being serious. Your face lights up when you talk about your mum. Let's see that. Maybe these are the words. You are great. You have got an opportunity here. Go for it. Okay, you are so good. I hope the viewers out there are listening to that. You are great.
What about Ben?
You're a contender. You've come through. You have come through week after week after week. I don't care what anyone says about your voice. When you smile, the place lights up, and you smile tonight. You stopped the face pulling, you were addicted to everything, and the audience were addicted to you. You are great. You are. And for 18, fantastic.
All right, that's Bill, clearly high on football. Andrew, seriously, tell me truthfully now, for the viewers at home, I think it's interesting. Last week, when you were saving Ben and Craig, were you saving them, or were you sending Seamus and Anthony home?
What a question. I was sending them home, but I was saving these guys. Because this show, as you know, because we worked together all this week, is not about torturing people, it's about nurturing people. Ben, I have a problem. I don't really agree with the other guys. I don't think you sang that well tonight, and I think my investment went slightly wrong. Craig, I think you did take on board the notes about cabaret and all of that. I think you've got a long way to go, but I think you could make it. Ben, I'm worried.
All right. Mixed opinions. Remember, the two Josephs who received the least number of votes this evening will fight it out in our sing-off in the results show at 10:15. To keep your favourite Joseph out of danger, call 09011 2120. Then add 01 if you want Ben to be Joseph, or 02 if you think Craig deserves that big West End break. Lines don't open until the end of the show, so please don't vote yet, as you will be charged and your vote won't be counted. All of our Josephs are feeling the pressure. They don't want to let themselves or their families down. And that's especially true with our next two Josephs, Lee and Keith.
Stars in the sky.
It's not good enough, in my eyes, to go on stage on a Saturday and give an average performance.
Now, Lee, I was a little surprised because vocally tonight you went flat a couple of times during the song.
I did hit the flat note on Saturday. I kicked myself when it happened. That has added a level of pressure. I don't want it to happen again, but my approach for this week is going to be raising my game. I just want to stay in the zone. I'm a bit of a perfectionist and I like to get things right.
Lee's very focused, but he does put huge amounts of pressure on himself. You can see that it hurts.
It hurts. I can hold my throat like that and it hurts.
If he's not careful, he's going to completely burn himself out.
It means everything to me when I can go on that stage and you see their family just kind of looking at you, and it's really heartwarming how you come down from Edinburgh every week to support me.
Hey guys, coats ready, we're off to the airport.
It's a big deal because they have to like pack the car, get all the posters, everything they need, and there's like at least 5 or 6 of them at a time.
Go, go, go!
When we go down to London, it's definitely the Scots invading England. We make sure everybody knows that we're down there to support Keith.
All my family are making such a big effort, but for like my nans, they don't like flying much and they're getting on flights and coming down here just to support me.
As his nan, they're his biggest fans. I'd give up anything just to get him where he wants.
We're all 110% behind him. Hopefully, he'll get to the end.
Although my family would never put pressure on me, I do feel like I don't want to disappoint them. They're always there for me and I just want to do this for them.
Of course, it's not just the family. They don't want to let down Andrew either. Now, Andrew, two very different songs coming up. We've got Lee with All Right Now, and then Keith with Love Is All Around. What are the challenges here? What are you looking for?
Well, I think Lee has had a problem with his throat already, so we hope he's all right now. If he's got that wonderful twinkle in his eye, I think he'll be fine anyway. With Keith, of course, he looks so tiny and so young, but then, of course, Marty Pellow went on to play the lawyer in Chicago, and I keep saying to Keith, try and now think about something that's a little bit older. I think if he stays next week, I think we've got to find something a little bit older for him to prove that he could be a Joseph.
All right, well, let's see if they tick Andrew's box tonight. Performing first, it's Lee. The 25-year-old is hoping to tear the house down with a rendition of a 70s rock anthem. Closely following him is Keith. The singing supermarket worker hopes to check out from the supermarket for good and become a West End star. Could Lee or Keith be your Joseph? I still don't know, that's why I'm asking. Here's Lee.
Smiling from my head to my feet. I said, hey, what is this now, baby? Maybe she's in need of a kiss. I said, hey, yeah, what's your name, baby? Maybe we can see things the same. Now don't you wait or hesitate. Let's move before they raise the fucking rate. All right now, baby, so all right now. All right now, baby, so all right now. I took her home to my place, watching every move on her face. She said, look, what's your name, baby? Are you trying to put me to shame? I said, slow, don't go so fast. Don't you think I love you last? She said, love, love.
feel it in my fingers, I feel it in my toes. Love is all around me, and so the feeling grows. It's written in the wind, it's everywhere I go. So if you really love me, come on and let it show. You know I love you, I always will. My mind's made up by the way that I feel. There's no beginning, there'll be no end. 'Cause on my love, you can
Lee, I know you've been worried all week, and you are your own worst critic. You weren't that pleased with your own performance last week. Are you happy tonight?
I am. I think I tend to analyse a lot because I just want to do a good job, and sometimes too much. So.
All right, and now, Keith, rather like Joseph, I hear you've been having strange dreams.
Yeah, I've had a constant dream about me performing on the stage, saying "Close the door," but I don't quite get to the end of the song, so hopefully the people back home will let me finish my dream one day.
Okay. Yeah. You don't want to sing that song on this show. Very bad. You end up in your vest. It's not good. Okay. Let's see what the panel thought. I'll go to John. Are these serious contenders?
They are both serious contenders. Lee, I thought that was a little bit of a struggle for you today because you had a little bit of vocal trouble on the high notes. But, like a true professional, you came out, you committed to it, and you did it. And that sold it for me. That's what the others need to learn. Not complain all the time. Get out and just do it. Keith? Hold on a second, Keith. Son, that was vocal perfection. You're now a contender, a major contender, and all y'all sitting over there should be worried about this Scottish boy because he could run away with this show. Perfect.
Okay, it's interesting. It's interesting because it was Andrew at the beginning of the show was saying it's not a singing competition. It's about star quality. So Denise, star quality, did you see that?
Okay, star quality and looking for Joseph. Tonight, well, from the beginning of this competition, I've always championed Lee and thought that you would be the winner of this competition. I've been quite honest about that. But I tell you something, you're going to have to watch yourself now because Keith was absolutely amazing tonight. He really was.
Don't you think those are two stars standing on that
No, I
stage?
think they both have it. But, I mean, Lee, I know you've struggled this week and I know you've been ill, but we can't keep making excuses now. I personally felt that you shouted through that song. I think Zoe agreed with me.
Yeah.
You just pushed it too much, vocally.
And you were flat.
And flat as well, so you need to work harder next week. And
All right, Shazza Stone.
Tom Cruise.
So,
But
Zoe,
Keith, I just thought was brilliant, absolutely brilliant tonight. And tonight, you're my Joseph.
Zoe, do you agree with these guys?
I completely agree. I think Keith was absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely perfection vocally. Lee, I just thought it was a bit rubbish. Sorry. Sorry. He was flat, he was sharp, he pushed.
So it wasn't rubbish.
Okay, panel, I'm leaving you. I'm going to Andrew. Andrew, a bit rubbish seems strong. What do you think?
Well, here you've got a very interesting situation because Lee is supposed to be the one who's the most experienced, but you did the one thing that shows that you're not experienced because I heard you in the dress rehearsal and you gave absolutely everything. And you didn't sing as well tonight. So that means that you've got to learn not to give all and to mark, which means that you've just got to keep your voice safe. Remember that, because you're a huge contender. Keith, I mean, fantastic performance. And I told you on Wednesday when we were working, you know, just now let's think whether you could be the grown-up Joseph. Can you make that journey through the show that makes us believe that you're governor of Egypt and the end that you redeem the brothers? Next week we've got to give you, because I'm sure you're going to be there next week, a more grown-up song, okay?
Have you seen the journey tonight?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, you did?
Yeah, I can see it in different ways.
All right, Andrew's a happy man. You can always disagree with Andrew and the panel, of course, you have before. Make sure you have your say when lines open at the end of the show by calling 09011 2120. Then add 03 if you think Lee should be Joseph, or dial 04 if you think Keith deserves to win that prize of a lifetime. And if you want to find out what Lee, Keith, and all the other Josephs have been up to this week, visit our website, bbc.co.uk/Joseph, where you can download our podcast. Now, Andrew's made it very clear that our Josephs need to polish up their act. And it's not just their act. John's discovered they need to put their lifestyle in order, too.
This week's mission is all about fitness, and unknown to the boys, John sneaked around to the Joseph house to check out their lifestyle, and he was less than impressed.
I don't know what that is. Your body is your money, and it's a lesson they need to learn. We're going to let you run your paces on one of the most grueling sets in the West End.
If I knew we were having this mission this week, I probably wouldn't have had the delivery pizza I had yesterday.
They better shape up. Will it all end in tears? It usually does. Find out later at 9:45. But for now, let's meet our next two West End hopefuls who are determined to make it against all the odds. It's Lewis and Rob.
Everybody's dancing. This week, I've just got no room for slip-ups or anything. It's really stressed me out. I've worked so hard for this, and I've sacrificed a lot to be here. Being a young lad in Middlesbrough who liked to sing, dance and act was pretty tough. I never fitted in. All the other guys used to play football, but because I was different, I used to get bullied for it.
It was cruel. I mean, he's had his nose bust a few times, and, you know, really heartbreaking.
I don't know how I did it when I was 13, moving away from home. I just knew that the place to be would be at a stage school where everybody is wanting to do the same thing as me. I've never been this serious before in my life. I mean, I do crack a few jokes every now and again, but I want the part. I want to make it mine.
And I got to be honest with you, I'm not quite sure that you could be a Joseph.
When Andrew said, "I'm worried, are you a Joseph?" I think it was a personal dig at their looks.
Who was not Joseph?
Not for talent, but suitability, Rob.
Rob.
I want to prove to the judges this week that I'm not just a boy with a nice voice, you know, who came from a building site. No, I'm quite petrified of the fact that I could next week have to go back to my old job. To get this part, I'm going to have to become Joseph, you know, and Joseph's not a rough-looking bloke, you know, he's nice, smooth, pretty boy, and people need to be fancying him, looking at him and thinking, wow, I can adapt to absolutely anything. I have the right image to be Joseph.
They've both got a lot at stake. Andrew, tonight Lewis is performing Dancing in the Moonlight. Rob is going to be giving us Back for Good by Take That.
Yes.
What are we looking for?
Well, Denise, you called, of course, in the end, Lewis a tarantula, didn't you, last week? Because he kept bending his knees. So he's got to walk tall tonight, and I don't mean that as a joke. And Bob, of course, the builder. Well, we've got to see whether he can actually entertain us on the West End stage, and ask ourselves, I suppose, whether somebody like Michael Crawford could build a conservatory.
OK. I'll bear that in mind. Eager to wear the Technicolor dream coat that's proving more popular than the Kate Moss collection, it's Lewis. The 17-year-old from Middlesbrough will be singing Dancing in the Moonlight. Will he be jumping for joy later? Following Lewis, it's Rob the Builder. He's hoping his hard labour will raise the roof. Fingers crossed he's not on the building site next week. Could Lewis or Rob be Joseph? Here's Lewis.
We get it almost every night. When that moon is big and bright, it's a supernatural delight. Everybody's dancing in the moonlight. Everybody here is out of sight. They don't mock and they don't bite. They keep things loose, they keep it tight. Everybody's dancing in the moonlight. Dancing in the moonlight, everybody's feeling warm and bright. It's such a fine and natural sight. Everybody's dancing in the moonlight. Feel like a fun we never fight. You can dance and stay uptight. It's a supernatural delight. Everybody's dancing in the moonlight. Dancing in the moonlight. Everybody's feeling warm and bright. It's such a fine and natural sight. Everybody's dancing in the moonlight. Dancing in the moonlight. Everybody's feeling warm and bright. It's such a fine
I've got a picture of you beside me. I've got your lipstick mark still on your coffee cup. Oh yeah. I've got a fist of pure emotion. I've got a head of shattered dreams. I've got to leave it all behind now. Whatever I said, whatever I did, I didn't mean it. I just want you back for good. Whenever I'm wrong, just tell me the song and I'll sing it. You'll be right and understood. See, I want you back for good. And we'll be together. This time is forever. We'll be fighting and forever we will be so complete in our love. We will never be uncovered again. Whatever I did, whatever I did, I didn't mean it. I just want you back for good. Whenever I'm gone, just tell me the song and I'll sing it. You'll be right and understood. See, I want you back for good.
Rob and Lewis, well done, good job. All right, now, some comments last week. Andrew said about you that the only thing he felt that was stopping you being Joseph was he was worried about you learning the lines. Is that true? Now, Joseph, in the musical, has to list the 29 colours of his coat. Can you do that now?
No, not right now. I could last week, but not now.
No, you've forgotten them. Oh, look, Nana Jean's going. Yeah, Nana Jean's knows them.
To try.
Try. Hang on.
Red
There you go.
and
Here you go. What, go, yeah?
It was red and yellow and green and black and ochre and peach and ruby and olive and scarlet and chocolate and mauve and cream and crimson. I can't remember.
It nearly. Not bad. That's not bad.
Sorry, Andrew.
But can you do it, Andrew?
No.
Okay. Oh, that makes me feel better.
That's because all the extra colours I want to add in.
Okay. And now, you were a bit gutted by some of the comments last week. How are you feeling now?
You know, obviously, it is gutting to get bad comments at the time and not to be told that you're Joseph, but, guys, look, I'm raw. You know, I've got no bad techniques for you to get rid of, and if you feel like, and you want to take a chance on something that... Because I could be Joseph with your help.
Boy. All right, I'm going to go to Bill first. Bill, you said not because of talent, but because of suitability, he shouldn't be Joseph. What did you think tonight?
Well done. You look terrific. You've got your act together. I love the Queen's favourite. It wasn't just the look. There is something about suitability. I felt you were nervous tonight. I felt you were a bit frightened of the song. I felt you'd taken on board John and my comments a little bit too harshly, but...
I've had a bit of a bad week, to be honest.
You've had a bit of a bad week,
that, you know, but...
You've got to get over it, Rob, and I hope you're here next week to have a good week. Lewis, when you first appeared over 200 auditions ago, I wrote down on a piece of paper, Joseph, and I passed it along the panel. You've seen tonight how high the stakes are. The stakes are getting higher and higher and higher. You've seen some fantastic performances, Keith in particular. You've got to go there too. If you want this, I so admire you've come through the bullying at school, the worst thing possible. Now you've got to come through this one. You've got to break out of that comfort zone because you are special and you could be Joseph.
Okay, Zoe. Now, this is, you know, it's a West End show. The standard vocally is very high. Are these guys up to it?
Very high. Lewis, you were still screeching at the top. You did crack one or two times. Your breathing still is appalling in places. But you know what? I don't know whether I'm losing faith in you or you're losing faith in yourself. You know what you need to do? You need to sort your head out and get back in this competition like you were at the beginning when we all believed in you and you believed in yourself. Rob, that was probably the hardest song out of all the boys tonight. It is really hard, flipping into your falsetto voice. A few notes out of tune, but you know, you did okay. I'm not sure whether I like that soft side. I think I prefer the meat and veg boy back on stage.
All right, Zoe, back off. Andrew. Are they theatrical forces to be reckoned with, Lewis and Rob?
Well, thank goodness I've come last, as it were, because I was very confused. And the truth is, as I said earlier, we're here to nurture, not to torture. And the thing is, Lewis, I am confused, because I think there's a side of you that we're not seeing, and it's gone back. You've definitely regressed. So if you are here next week, I'm going to beg that you do something that's a funny song to see whether there's a sense of humour that we can get out of you, because something's gone. I don't quite get it. Rob, I don't know.
Andrew.
It's confidence,
It's
maybe,
confidence.
but
It's all about
I still want to see that.
The
I'd
boys
like to
got
see
it.
something that brings you out of your shell. Rob, I just don't know whether you could hold a West End stage, but you have got real talent, and tonight you were nervous too, so I'm confused. I'm genuinely confused. I hope both of you are here next week, but you've got something, and you've got to bring it out of yourselves, OK?
But guys, do you think you're hearing these comments? Is it true? Are you feeling kind of underwhelmed tonight?
I wasn't happy with my performance at all there, and that's not good, is it?
You have the opportunity to come out on stage and change that. That's what this opportunity is about.
You've got to hold a stage for 2 hours in the West End. You've got to hold a stage for 2 hours, both of you. And you've got to have an audience behind you saying, I don't want to leave after 20 minutes and head to the bar. That's the point. You've got to hold the stage.
All right, the debate continues. The debate continues. Make your voice heard and call 09011 2120. Then add 05 if you think Lewis should still be in with a chance of becoming Joseph. Or add 06 if you want Rob to have a guaranteed place in next week's live show. Don't vote now, the lines aren't open just yet. However, our website is, log on to bbc.co.uk/Joseph, where you can pick your favourites in our Joseph School Choir competition. And the amazing prize is performing live in our grand final here and also in the West End for special Children in Need performance. 8 Josephs in the making and 1 dream role for the taking. Let's see if our next 2 hopefuls can steal the show. It's Chris and Daniel.
What worries me hugely about you playing Joseph, though, is that you do go to pieces.
I can definitely hack it as Joseph. Not once have I doubted myself that I could not be a leading man. It's made me mad, to be honest, because it's not true.
First off, your worries.
My only worry is you, basically.
I'm worried about your strength.
Could I get that worry away from you?
Sing.
Okay.
All night long, all night.
Now, give me some joy, because I don't want to go to this party at the moment. Okay.
Once you get started, you can't sit down.
That's better. Woo! OK, so what you did is you showed instinct, OK? A showman's instinct. You got on the stage, you just did that, you know? That's what you have to do. Bravo.
Yes! I think I've won him over. I think I've done it right.
It's the first time I've suddenly seen him with a bit of star quality, you know?
I've just got to impress him again on Saturday now.
We tried Daniel out on so many different singing styles.
You give me the mouth and your chest. That's why the lady is crowned.
There's no doubt he has a fantastic voice, but is he Joseph? Because for me, Joseph's arrogant,
so much.
show off, hated by his brothers. Daniel's none of these things because he's so much a Mr. Nice Guy.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks. You have to be a star to play Joseph. Daniel is a huge talent at the moment, but he's not showing me he's a star.
Then you whispered in.
He's got to make himself believe that he can do it and that he's a star. Does Daniel stand out of the crowd? At the moment, possibly no.
Okay. So, we've got Lionel Richie's All Night Long from Chris. Daniel, All About You by McFly. You have doubts about both of these boys. What can they do tonight to convince you?
Well, we've seen nerves all through tonight, haven't we? I mean, what are we going to look for, Chris? I mean, he must not be a rabbit in a headlight. He's got to be a Lion King tonight. And I talked to him about Wednesday. He jumped on the stage. I thought, terrific, he's gone for it. Maybe there's a breakthrough. With Daniel, it's about charisma. It's a very difficult word to explain, even more difficult than star quality in a way. It's some kind of contact he's got to make with us tonight that makes us feel you're special.
All right. Well, out to convince you he's the man for the job, it's Chris. The 20-year-old from Lancashire is determined to get your vote. After him, no more Mr. Nice Guy, it's Daniel. At the ripe old age of 28, he's now our oldest boy in the competition. Could Chris or Daniel be your Joseph? Please welcome Chris.
Well, my friends, the time has come. Raise the roof and have some fun. Throw away the work to be done. Let the music play, play, play. Everybody sing, everybody dance. Lose yourself in wild romance. Don't you party, come, fiesta, forever. Come on and sing along. All night long, all night, all night long. Oh yeah, all night long, all night long, oh yeah. Once you get started, you can't sit down. Come join a fun, it's a merry-go-round. Everyone dancing their troubles away.
It's all about you. It's all about you, baby. It's all about you. It's all about you. Yesterday you asked me something I thought you knew. So I told you with a smile, it's all about you. Then you whispered in my ear and you told me to. Said you'd make my life worthwhile, it's all about you. And I would answer all your wishes if you asked me to. But if you deny me one of your kisses, don't know what I do. So hold me close and say 3 words like you used to do. Dancing on the kitchen tile, yes, you make my life worthwhile. So I told you with a smile, it's all about you. It's all about you. It's all about you, baby. It's all about you. It's all about you.
Daniel and Chris! Well done. Very good. Now, Chris, I feel for you because is knowing that Andrew's looking at you, looking for nerves, that just makes you more nervous, does it?
Yeah, absolutely. Knowing that the panel are there and the public are judging you at home, it is a nerve-wracking thing to do. But I hope I've impressed them, and I hope I've done enough to be here next week.
All right, we'll find out very soon. Daniel, now I know that you've wanted to be in a musical from a very young age. Is that not true?
I have ever since I can remember. I've loved musical theatre.
Yes, I believe you were 6. And you were 6 when you wrote a song for the musical Cats. Right? And we have a clip of you singing it. So, no, quiet so we can hear this. You can see it over there.
We are kittens and we're walking down the street. We walk by a person's house. They throw us bits of food. We are kittens and we're walking down the street.
Catchy. I like it, yeah. Walking down the street. It's gonna go. Oh, very good. All right, who will I go to? Let's go to John. Let's talk about stage presence.
They both definitely have stage presence. There is no doubt about that. The star quality is still a little questionable. Chris, I still don't think you've recovered from the knocks a couple of weeks ago. I still think that you're walking around a little scared, which makes your performance, for me, slightly nervous and a little bit bland. We need, if you're here next week, and I want you to be here next week, I want the old Chris that we love back, that fighting Chris. Daniel, I have to say it, it's nice, nice, nice. And it needs to be, I want to see you do something completely different next week if you're here. I want us to bring out the naughty Daniel. Let's all have a look at him and see how he works next week.
All right. Denise, we're looking for a leading man. Do you see a leading man here?
Okay, I see a platter of cheese tonight. I know, but first of all, Chris, the problem I have with you is I'm watching you. I think you're a brilliant singer and a great all-round performer. But I feel like I want to toughen you up a little bit. It's all a bit too nice. And the same for you as well. I just find it... I think your performances have been a bit samey now. I want to see something different from you next week. I want to see you act a little bit more.
Can I just say...
The smile... Listen to me a minute. The smile is lovely, but I do want to see you next week. I want you to move me and break my heart because I know you can do it.
Sorry, what do you want to say, Daniel?
Yeah, but hold on.
No, wait, let Daniel speak. Let Daniel speak first.
Denise, I totally respect what you're saying, but I think tonight I showed a completely different style to last week. You know, last week I was a kind of sophisticated man. This week I wanted to show a more innocent side, but Joseph starts off as a 17-year-old boy, and I just wanted to try and show that tonight.
Daniel, you did show that, but we saw that week 1, week 2. What we need to see something else completely different. And when you're saying about give him a better song, sometimes in a musical you have to sing a song that you don't like and you have to sell it, and that's their job.
All right, thank you, panel. Let's go to Andrew. You were anxious. You were anxious about Chris going into this. How do you feel now?
Well, I think more of a hare in the headlight rather than a rabbit. I think you came up a bit. I've still got worries, I'm going to be honest. And I don't quite know where we're going to go from here, but we'll see. Daniel, I really don't agree with the panel on this, because last week you did the Frank Sinatra song and you did a McFly song tonight. Now, it can't be more different than that. Have you got charisma? In my view, you have.
Thank you.
I think my job is to find a song that proves it to them next week, if you're there.
All right. Remember, it is curtains for another Joseph later, call 09011 2120, then dial 07 if you don't want Chris's night to end in tears, or add 08 if you want to see Daniel here next week. The lines are now open, and it's time for you to have your say. Calls cost 25 pence from BT Landline. Other operators and mobiles may vary. At least 12p is split equally between children in need and the musical theatre bursary for aspiring performers. Here's a reminder of all tonight's performances with the numbers you need to call. That's all for now. Join me again for the results at 9:45 to find out which Josephs will be next to bow out of the competition and see what happened when our Josephs took another daring mission, Les Miserables style. Plus, we'll be joined by rock legend Meatloaf. We'll see you at 9:45. Bye. Earlier tonight, our final 8 Josephs competed live for your votes. Soon, one more Joseph's dreams of West End stardom will be in ruins. Who will take one step closer to becoming Andrew Lloyd Webber's next leading man? And who will hang up his dream coat and leave the competition? Their fate hangs in the balance, and only the Lord can save them now.
I close my eyes. Next.
We'll be saying goodbye to one more Joseph. And if last week's result is anything to go by, our Josephs could be in for another big shock tonight. And with plenty of live action happening in the studio, rock legend Meatloaf is going to be here. And the Josephs will be putting on a spectacular group performance with a meaty flavour. Earlier on this evening, our Josephs served up a real treat for you, but the panel were less than impressed with some of the items on the menu.
A sack of spuds.
I see a platter of cheese tonight.
I think I prefer the meat and veg.
I'm confused. I'm genuinely confused.
I think I'll have the fish. Let's welcome back the panel. John Barrowman, Denise Van Houten, Bill Kenwright, Zoe Tyler, and the sweet Lord himself, Andrew Lloyd Webber. never gets tired. The lines are open, so there's still time to vote to keep your favourite Joseph out of the sing-off. Here's a reminder of all of tonight's performances with the numbers you need to dial.
Might as well face it, you're addicted to love. Might as well face it, you're addicted to love.
I don't think you sang that well tonight, and I think my investment went slightly wrong. Ben, I'm worried.
I think Andrew completely misjudged that performance.
I got a funny feeling when she walks in the room.
You are great. You have got an opportunity here. Go for it.
It much too soon. Whoa, all right now, baby. All right now.
Lee, I just thought it was a bit rubbish. Sorry.
That's her opinion, and I'll take that on board and see if I can not be rubbish next time if I'm still here.
Son, that was vocal perfection!
Just to hear the great comments is fantastic.
Got to break out of that comfort zone because you are special and you could be Joseph.
I need to get my head together and get back into this competition.
Just don't know whether you could hold a West End stage, but you have got real talent. I've still got worries, I'm going to be honest. And I don't quite know where we're going to go from here, but we'll see.
Only the public can save me now. Because if I'm in the sing-off, then I'm going home.
It's all about you. It's all about you, baby.
It needs to be, I want to see you do something completely different next week if you're here. I want us to bring out the naughty Daniel.
Hurry up, get voting lines will be closing shortly. Joining me now are two musical legends, Andrew Lloyd Webber and Meatloaf is here, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show, Meatloaf. Now, a lot of people didn't know or forgotten that you come from a musical theatre background. So what advice would you give these boys tonight?
Well, let me just tell you, where'd they go?
They're gone.
They're gone. They're not here.
Yeah.
Anyway, so forget them for now. So, no, you know what? I was watching the show, and the most important thing that I would tell them is that when they're singing that song, they have to believe that song. They have to believe those words they're singing. They have to become that character. And like Andrew was saying through the whole show, was that one of these kids is going to get on stage as Joseph. He can't be thinking that he's whoever he is. He has got to become Joseph for 2 hours. He can't be anybody but Joseph. They have to believe.
And Andrew, what is it about pop stars in musicals? Because you've used Meatloaf, you've got Madonna, now you're looking for another pop star. What is the connection?
Well, hey, my first big rock musical was Jesus Christ Superstar, of course. And I never saw any difference between musicals and rock theatre at all. I mean, there is no difference. They're either good or bad. And that's the great thing. I must say, the first time I met him, I said, Meatloaf. And I said, what do we call him? And you said, Meat. So I then said to a very nervous girl, I said, Meet Mr. Loaf.
Well, you just got to think of it this way. Meatloaf is very Shakespearean.
It is.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
And with that thought, I'll tell you, this is your last chance to vote at home. The lines will be closing in just a moment. Now, you like this. Here, performing the Meatloaf classic, Dead Ringer for Love, but are any of them a dead ringer for Joseph? Please welcome our final 8.
Every night I get some money and I go out to the bar. Got a buddy that beer, I got a dream, I need a car. You got begging on my knees, come on and throw the dog a bone. And then he doesn't leave, I rock and roll the brew alone. Baby, baby, rock and roll the brew, rock and roll the brew. They want me to think, but I can never make it. Rock and roll the brew, rock and roll the brew. I know that you
better things to do. I know who you are, what you do, where you're going, you're not around. I don't know anything about you, baby, but you're everything I'm dreaming of. I don't know who you are, but you're a real damn ringer for love. A real damn ringer for love. Damn ringer for love. Damn ringer for love. Damn ringer for love. Damn ringer for love.
Well done to the Josephs. Great job. Oh, they're loving it. They're loving it. All right, now, this... They love their Josephs. They're all about Josephs and Meatloaf. OK, this, of course, isn't the only popular show that's been on the BBC on Saturday night. In fact, do you know what show was on this very day back in 1972? That question goes to Bill Kenwright.
Huh? Everton 3, Liverpool 0.
OK, this may make you less happy. Here's the show that was on in 1972.
Oh! This isn't your ordinary bread and butter league game tonight, you know. It's a cup tie. Listen, if Everton have won, she'll be in the pub celebrating. If they've lost, she'll be in the same pub crying into a gin and tonic. So stop worrying about her and concentrate on me.
I played a Liverpool fan in that.
I know.
The worst moment of my life.
Were you on the left?
Oh, the hair.
Now, performing in music... Thanks, Bill. Performing in musical theatre is physically and mentally tough. Last week, Andrew said that the Josephs weren't physically as strong as last year's Marias. So this week's mission was to test their stamina. Barricade boot camp beckons.
I don't know what that is. Your body is your money, and it's a lesson they need to learn.
After seeing how the boys live, John sets a task where only the fittest Josephs will survive.
We're going to let you run your paces on one of the most grueling sets in the West End. The show is Les Miserables, and the set is The Barricade.
This is what we're going to do, something that we've called Barricade Boot Camp.
Watched by the leading men these boys aspire to be, the boys embark on their toughest challenge yet. The real men from the cast have already been on stage for 2.5 hours, when they then have to scale the barricade, perform and sing what's considered one of the toughest scenes in the business, the People's Song. But will our boys rise to the challenge?
Do you hear the people singing the song of angry men?
I think he could have put a bit more physicality in the beginning of it.
Do you hear the people sing?
I was knackered watching him.
When the beating of your heart echoes the beating of the drums.
Daniel should definitely, well, get fitter.
Can our younger Josephs, with their youth and virility, lead the way?
When the beating of your heart echoes the beating of the drum. So don't let them fight them the right to be free.
They need to take it seriously, you know? It's a very, very serious job.
It is a music of...
Yeah, I did underestimate how difficult it would be.
You do have to be so fit.
Do you hear the people sing? When the beating of your heart echoes the beating of the drums. When tomorrow comes.
You don't realise how hard it is, you know. It's hard when you've got 7 other lads laughing at you.
Hey, this is so funny.
When they're playing the lead of Joseph, they're in for a shock. If they don't start putting the work in now and taking it seriously, they'll fall by the wayside.
Next, Ben is called to arms.
When the beating of your heart echoes the beating of the drums, there is a life about
It's a bit of shame that he didn't go first, actually, and show everyone else how to do it.
arms.
And the last man into action, Craig.
Join in the fight that will give you the right to be free.
In Everton Down, he was ducking behind things so the bullets wouldn't get him, and that was the most believable battle I saw.
When tomorrow comes.
For my money, today, there are only really 2 people who could probably cut it on the West End stage in the capacity of leading role.
So, who will be the next to fall? We'll be finding out shortly, as the phone lines have now closed. Please don't call anymore, as your vote won't be counted and you will be charged, and that's bad. 12p, remember, from each phone call is split equally between children in need and the musical theatre bursary. Last year, we raised nearly £500,000, and that money is still supporting young musical talent around the country. Hoorah, I say. OK, very shortly, we will be finding out which 2 Josephs are in tonight's dreaded sing-off. Whilst we count your votes, here performing Cry Over Me, please welcome back the mighty Meatloaf!
I don't wanna feel this. Nothing can stop this pain. Trying to get to a time I forget you. Still tangled in yesterday. It's so easy for you to feel nothing for me. Did you ever feel anything? I want you to cry over me, die over me, even for a moment, even for a moment. I want you to hurt over me, feel what I feel. I want you to cry over, die over me, baby, just one time. But did you feel something? Did we mean nothing at all? I want you to cry over me, die over me, even for a moment. Oh, why can't you just cry over, die over me, baby? Why can't you hurt like I do, like I hurt over you? Can't you cry over, die over me, baby, just one time? I want you to cry over, die over me, baby. Want you to fall on your knees, baby. Call back to me. Won't you cry over, die over me, baby, just one time?
Meatloaf, everybody! Okay, our Josephs have now done all they can to get your vote. They may have convinced you at home, but have they convinced the panel? Before I announce the results, let's ask them. Based on tonight's performance, who was not Joseph? Zoe.
You were flat, Lee.
Bill.
Chris or Rob? Rob.
Denise.
Rob.
John.
Lewis.
Okay, there are only 6 guaranteed places in next week's live show. The 2 Josephs with the lowest number of votes must perform in the sing-off in front of Andrew. He can only save one of them. 1 Joseph's dreams are about to be ripped to shreds. All your votes have been counted and verified. I will now announce the results in no particular order. Keith. You could be Joseph, you're through. Daniel. You're also through. Congratulations. Rob. You could still be Joseph. Well done. Lee. Well done. You're also through. Chris. You're in the sing-off. Please come and join me. Ben. You're safe. Congratulations, join the others. Okay, please come down, Craig and Lewis. Chris, please join them. Craig and Lewis. One of you is on very dangerous ground and will be joining Chris in the sing-off. The other has the last guaranteed place in next week's show. Lewis. Congratulations, you're safe. Join the others. Which means, Craig, I'm sorry, you are in the sing-off. Wait where you are. So, Chris and Craig, you two are the least popular Josephs. One of you received the lowest amount of votes tonight, and if it were down to viewers' votes alone, I can reveal the person that would be out of the competition right now is Chris. But, Chris, there is still hope. Andrew may decide to save you one more time. You both must now perform The Long and Winding Road. It's the song you've all been rehearsing. None of you wanted to sing. Andrew, why have you chosen this song?
Fantastic lyric again. And, of course, The Long and Winding Road is about this show, I think. But that wonderful line, "Don't leave me waiting here, lead me to your door, the long and winding road."
Okay,
That's
well,
why.
Don't slip up, guys. Andrew will be watching you very closely. And one mistake now could seal your fate forever. Craig, you will begin the sing-off, and then Chris. Here, singing the Lennon and McCartney classic to impress Andrew Lloyd Webber and win his casting vote. It's Craig and Chris.
The long and winding road that leads to your door will never disappear. I've seen that road before. It always leads me here. Lead me to your door. The wild and windy night that the rain washed away has left a pool of tears crying for the day. Don't leave me standing here. Lead me to your door. Many times I've been alone, and many times I've cried. Anyway, you'll never know the many ways I've tried, but still they lead me back to the long, winding road. You left me standing here a long, long time ago. Don't leave me waiting here. Lead me to your door, the long and winding
Craig and Chris, well done. You've both been in the sing-off before. You've done it again. Was it enough? Was it enough to convince Andrew? Andrew, you must now decide. Craig or Chris? Who are you going to save?
As ever difficult. I'm going to save Craig.
Congratulations, Craig. Go and join the others. We'll see you next week. All right, I'm sorry, Chris. Andrew, why is Chris going home?
Well, I said rabbit in the headlights, and I'm afraid the headlights got you tonight. It just wasn't quite there. You didn't have the confidence, and I just don't think a West End audience would ever have the confidence to see you for a 2-hour show. I'm sorry,
They would.
but I
Can
don't
I just
think
say
they
one
would.
thing for everyone? Thank you to the BBC and all the panel, and Andrew yourself, Graham. They've all been.
But you will come through somewhere else.
Thank you, guys. Thanks so much.
That's very nice of you to say. I know how much you wanted this. Are you surprised the journey's come to an end this soon?
Well, of course I wanted to win it and I wanted to be Joseph, but there's only one Joseph, so it's going to happen to all of us. I'm just so sad it had to happen now, really, but...
All right, it's a horrible question, but who do you think is going to win?
Oh, there's so many talented people. Lewis.
Lewis? OK. Well, that's what you think. You know the drill now. Yeah. I'm afraid it's time to hand back the coat. Chris, ladies and gentlemen. Well, there you have it. Chris is not Joseph. And now we're left with our magnificent seven. That's it for tonight. Join me again next Saturday at the earlier time of 6:45 here on BBC One, when our Josephs will be battling it out once more to stay in the competition. But for now, I leave you with Chris and our Josephs to say goodnight in their own special way. See you next week.
Poor Joseph, what you gonna do? Things look bad for you. Hey, what you gonna do? Close every door to me, hide all the world from me, log all the windows and shut out the light. If my life were important, I would ask, will I live or die? But I know the answers lie far from this world.